I hate the fact that this bounty, whatever, because it's basically fucking doing 50 bounties almost, is always on the fucking game now. There was that one week we didn't get it, and it took like an hour to do these. Remember? Like the one week we didn't have to get 50 pieces of shit, and we had like the arc and fucking heavy one, and it just flew over. Like I had it done in like 10. Like I had the first one done in like 10 seconds. And then like they just like putting this one on. This one is awful because you have to do 50 of these, and each one of these is basically like a fucking bounty almost, right? In itself, except they're not as good as bounties. They're just like shit. I ignore these completely, by the way. Whatever the fuck these are, they just get done regardless. Um, Grenade launchers and rocket launchers. Hmm. Have you got a fucking upgraded one of those things in your inventory? I don't understand. Oh, whatever. I'm literally just gonna put on like a fucking Gjallarhorn and just fire it at shit. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go show what we have on. I'm gonna go get a Gjallarhorn from somewhere and just launch it into the middle of enemies. Just call it good. While we're, while we're running around in a few things to get the other two done before I go to the Whisper mission and hate my life, right? Um, the fuck happened here, Mark? Is this still not being fixed? Oh, we played this. We played it last week. Ah, where is it? Let's type in horn. We'll find it. Gjallarhorn. There it is. I'm gonna have to go to the tower and fix that, aren't I? I mean, if Iron Banner comes back, it'll give us an excuse to sit in matchmaking and not find games in Iron Banner while I rage at Iron Banner, or if Guardian Games comes back, it just means doing the petty shit, you know, the let's got health on it, doing all the random crap, and then just waiting to do the scores until the end of the fucking week. As you know, you just don't do the scores early unless you can get a ridiculously high score. Why have I got this on anyway? I'll just put this stupid thing on. So dead I got to the tower. Within 10 seconds without 15 console players loading me. 15 old console players loading me slow. Class, I don't really care about class. Not tier 5. We've had enough of these snipers for a fucking year. Same with this pulse rifle. Same with this sniper. Nobody cares about this fusion rifle. Fine. Let's go health on it. Oh. Even the new raid stuff that's coming is gonna give us a point to at least run some of the old raids. Kind of. It just depends how they implement the tier 5s. Are they gonna be full random or are they gonna use the crafting system? Is the question.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a class.
And that's the only thing that's really gonna matter between them. Just wait for now. I'm just storing armor at this point that isn't health. Oh, the fuck well, you know. May need it later. The ferropotent armor is actually pretty decent for PvE, so I like it's not a bad thing. Remember when we didn't have enough of some of the other armor from last season that you didn't collect any? Oh, this got health on it. It's gonna go away. And then Bungie took it away at the end of the season. I was like, yeah, You could get it from Hawthorne. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let me just get on that real quick. Alright, that's cleaned up.
Thank you.
Time to make a mess of it again. But yeah, there's nothing really to do because they haven't added anything to do. I've just been buying these whenever I can, by the way. Just to bring this back up again. I know there's no point, kind of, because crafting kind of got erased, but in case you want to make a crafted weapon, at least you have 30 of them eventually. Because I just buy them weekly. Because they're cheap. You know, the 3 cheap ones. And then I replace the shards just by playing the game usually, eventually.
Guardian.
Well, it's because there's nothing to do. Like, if you don't have anything here for players to log in to do on Destiny, they won't log in to do it as such. Not everybody's hunting Bright Dust, for example, Mark. Some of us have like 90,000 Bright Dust, right? Like, there's very little incentive for me to come here and get Bright Dust. Because I have 90k, and it's assuming... I haven't even looked at the store. Maybe I should look at the store and see if there's anything here. And also, they haven't been releasing any cosmetics. There's 2 shaders in here that look remarkably very similar. That's interesting. And then in here, 2 more shaders, randomly. I mean, you can buy whatever you want when I'm done with this. I'll go do the other thing that I said I should be doing that I usually forget to do, which is we go here and we go get because before the next DLC launches, right? We probably should get the rest of the lightsaber colors. You know, the ones from PvE, not the. You can buy these ones from Eververse, right? These 3, if you really care, right? These are only got from Eververse, right? But there are other ones, like this one, which is through Invasion. I just can't believe we didn't get it when I went Invasion crazy, right? And this one, which is through contracts. And this one, which is through going through Venus. There's 3 you don't have, right? So invasions with contracts on Venus would be the most efficient way to try and get all 3 of them. Because they're just random drops. When you invade, you don't have to kill people. Like I said, the quickest way to do the invade one is to just... What I'm doing now is I'm banking up as many, right, of... where is it? You know the materials you need to invade? These stupid things, whatever these are. No, not these. These are dark matter ingots. Death marks. Why are your death marks going down? That shouldn't be right. Oh, you just didn't have a lot in the first place, maybe. I have like 50 of them. You should be banking these up anyway, right? Because then I could just invade with them and just kill yourself. And then just get out of the invasion. And then immediately you get a chance at getting the red saber. That number's disingenuous, because that number, by the way, that says 97% includes everyone who played on the final DLC.
I'm happy to help.
But yeah, keep a hold of these death marks, Mark. Don't trade them in for the fucking ingots, please. Right, you need as many of these as possible, because then I can just flat invade and just kill yourself, and then I can try and get the red lightsaber at some point. I'm just saving them over the weeks at the moment. Alright, let's go do... What are we doing? Fucking fire team ops until I get sick of trying to do the kills in it. I think I've just got... There's actually no reason for me to go in here. Kind of. Because I can literally just go straight to the Whisper, to be honest, but whatever. We'll do a bit of this to be less bored. Because I can do some of the kills and stuff in here. There's not in the... I think some of these might need me to be in here, actually. This needs a B grade for 2. And that's it. Well, I swear you had more, and now you have less. I don't know how, and it wasn't me. But yeah, just... I'm collecting them for a reason.
Ship we've located the House of Devil's Lair.
And
the
basically,
Hive Citadel, feeding them their
you
strength.
want to get up to like 40 or 50 of
We
them.
must destroy this
for-
machine god,
So a
and
couple of
send their
weeks and you'll
souls
have it
streaming
like
back to hell.
30 of them, right? And then I can go into, you know, the invasions, and hopefully, because they're a bitch to get otherwise, right? So I've just been collecting them each week. Then I can just go to invasions, right? And just leave. Basically, I can just kill myself and get out again, right? And you just want to go into invasions and get out as quick as possible, because what happens is... it's because it doesn't matter if you successfully invade or not. It cares that you invade, and it's a random chance in the chest at the end, right? So what we want to do is just proc the random chance to get the red blade and get out. Because we've done everything else in invasions. I don't need to kill people. I don't need to give a shit, right? I've done everything else. That's what I'm doing. It says heavy rocket or grenade launcher kills, so orbs generated and bricks generated. So, you know what this has turned into, right? Use rockets until I have no rockets, get more rockets when I don't have rockets, and then obviously kill things with the Arc Soul when I do. I just heard an exotic drop. I'm not even turning them around.
Great. Way out of here is sealed.
Alright. Put the Arc Soul up because people are just standing in the doorways. You know, if you're trying to kill things with a grenade, the Arc Soul is the most efficient way to do it. To generate orbs too. It just lasts longer than the others, and it regenerates itself back so quickly. Any heavy bricks? I did. I really should have an ammo pickup on, I think, for solar. Just so I get more rockets. Wait, it's not over yet.
Barrier is down. We can move now.
Iron Banner, I mean, it's literally just gonna be reset 9 Banner, which will be like fucking... We'll play Iron Banner for a while. Assuming we can find games in Iron Banner, if enough people come back to play. It might get rough to find games if nobody comes to play Iron Banner. The problem is they're not adding weapons or anything to the game. There's tons of Iron Banner weapons in Legacy they could have pulled from by now. Like, you know, all the fucking D1 Iron Banner weapons that haven't come back would take them 10 seconds to put in the game. You know what I'm saying? And some of them were good weapons. I think just a clever dragon or something from D1 with some good unique designs. At this point, I'll take anything. Just don't give us marathon guns because they look terrible. Genuinely, there's a ton of like Iron Banner shit they can pull from, like an absolute metric ton of old Iron Banner stuff they still haven't used.
So this is
Since
the
D1.
Devil's Lair.
What I don't understand is with PvP maps is, you know, they complain about there's never, like, they still haven't brought back every PvP map from D1 either. I mean, it's not even the excuse that the destinations aren't in the game anymore, because Venus basically is in the game. I just couldn't be arsed adding the patrol zone. Because they put Vault of Glass in, then half the patrol zone, then gave up. Out here. Yeah, I don't have any heavy stuff. Yeah, get out of here. I don't know. The next new DLC is basically going to be like literally a combination of 2 DLCs they were supposed to release because they're taking so long. Yeah, they're supposed to be 4 a year. 1 every 3 months. And then they delayed this one another 3 months. Oh yeah, we didn't even get the DLCs we were supposed to get. And all that to launch Marathon, which then meant that nobody fucking wants to play. And Marathon's numbers aren't great either. Marathon's going down the fucking toilet quickly. As soon as people get sick of losing all their shit, they're just gonna fucking quit and quit and quit until you're only left with the streamers all fighting each other, and the streamers start crying there's nobody they can pick on. Just like Trials. It just turns into Trials number 2. Where streamers sit in the fucking playlist permanently, right? And then cry when there's nobody to pick on. Because they're all fighting each other and they're all friends. I don't want to sweat anymore! In my sweaty game! Where are all the PvE players? They left. Because you could basically just sat in the playlist all day. Oh, I didn't even see this one. No shader. It's got gold on it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the only reason the streamers are playing Marathon anyway is because there is nothing else to do in Destiny as well. There's no content there for them, so they're playing Marathon, and also the fact that Bungie are sponsoring a whole load of them. The moment some of the sponsorship stopped on some of the streamers, by the way, they dropped the game immediately, which was really funny. The only ones that are keeping it going are the fucking Destiny shields for Bungie, who basically think if they keep playing it, maybe Bungie will give them more money, right?
Beneath the ruins of the Cosmodrome, in the shadow of an old colony ship, we've located the house.
But any of the fucking self-respecting streamers that basically got paid, who didn't really play Destiny, like Shroud and fucking Burnt Peanut and all that, they all just fucking, as soon as they stopped getting paid to play the game, they left. Alright, we're out. How are we doing on that quest anyway? I could do this quest, by the way, like I said, in fucking these ones. These ones are not going to take long. If the older ones could take me forever anyway. Hey, I get to start with 11. Oh, that's cool. Oh, let's go. By the way, Sim Strike again, apparently. But yeah, all the streamers are gonna fuck off anyway. So I don't care.
Fallen and Hive. Let's hope we can avoid the crossfire.
reason I'm using the Gjallarhorn is as stupid as it sounds, right? It's one of the most efficient, like, mass-killing rocket launchers in the game. Dragon's Breath is pretty good too, it's just not as easy to just fucking fire and forget. Watch a bunch of everything die real quick. Sniping me, please.
Great. The way out of here is sealed.
She's still clicking her off.
The T-complex. I'll need time.
I don't even think these people are playing, which is fine by me. I don't care. I don't need people in a strike. Proven this many times. They all die. Yeah. What was the point in that then? By the way, the one of the things is to generate ammo, right? You still might. There's the orbs and bricks one done. What I need to do is put on that. There's more rocket ammo.
But just so you know, there's more fallen in Hive on the way. Barrier is down. We can move now.
Yeah, I like rocket ammo. Free to play. It'll be free to play by like probably a month from now. The way the numbers are going. Just fire rockets. Don't give a shit.
The layer is up ahead, under that colony ship. Just on the other side of
Need more rocket ammo. Okay, more rocket ammo. Fire it. Here we go, rocket launch done. I generally just probably don't need to be in strikes anymore. I just need to do the B rank for the, one of the small ones, which means I probably need a B rank for this. 2 hours. That guy really wants to kill something. I mean, the worst part is Destiny does look better than Marathon, especially when played on something like I'm playing on now. To be honest, this game does look better maxed out, in person anyway, on 4K on a PC. You can see the sharpness difference when it's not, 1080p upscaled. Because there is a sharpness difference, by the way, between this and like the PlayStation or the Xbox console. It's especially apparent when I go for like textures and things, and you look at how much sharper everything is. And the other one is the maxed out shadows. You can tell the PC version when it's maxed, right? Only, right, by the shadows. If you watch the shadows in certain lit hallways, you can see how, like, not blocky they are. You know it's maxed out PC, right? That's it for Destiny. You're trying to figure out if it's on the PC or not. Other than the fact that I have the Steam overlay on at the moment. Don't want to kill them yet, really. I want to get some more kills. Just enough to get us to the B rank. Close. Can probably kill him now.
Well done.
Sifix Prime cast a great shadow over our city. With its destruction, the fallen devils will
We're not in this strike. I never hid in this strike, in this night.
the fallen are crafty. They will find ways to survive. They always do.
If I was to go back to D1, and I can go back to D1 and show you, I can blitz through this strike on normal too, right? On, like, strikes. It's the Nightfall where you probably just fucking want to take a bit more caution, right? And even now, I don't hide that much on the Nightfall, to be honest. Alright, we're on the orders now. We've done the others. Let's go do some orders. There are fucking 46 of them to do. Super Baned combatants are not going to kill at all. Pulse rifle, special ammo, that's fine. Depends on the difficulty, Mark. It depends where you crank it, because the base game I'm not afraid of. I'll put D1 on and show you. I'm not afraid of normal or high level strikes, heroic strikes. By the way, heroic strikes were definitely harder than whatever the fuck we've got now, and I still wasn't afraid of heroic strikes in D1, right? I'll solo them, I don't give a shit. It's 30 FPS though, although I can motion smooth Destiny to make it look 60 FPS, if I want to, on the stream at least. Because what I do is I send it through my Nvidia card and turn on fucking frame generation and then motion smooth it to 60. Yeah, we go in here. This is where it just has unlimited enemies for me to go get fucking bounty shit done, basically. These are just bounties. Alright? It may not be interesting, but it's less efficient for me to be in strikes fighting with everyone than it is for me to just go in here alone. And, get kills. Normally I'd go to like Shirochi or something if this wasn't available. But Shirochi just eats up banners too. I don't need banners in here or anything, usually. I drop so much ammo that it doesn't matter. I'm killing all the other shit. Also, you've got to be in a playlist to do a lot of this stuff. And Shiro's not a playlist. Oh, and they've done that on purpose. No, they haven't done it because they don't care. The old consoles have nothing to do with it. I'm just surprised they haven't done either a quality update to max settings, although it doesn't. I've shown this already. Going to max settings on Destiny doesn't make that much difference, right? There are differences. They are very tiny, right? To the point it's almost not worth updating the PlayStation 5 to, the Pro to, to do it. Because the little embellishments you turn on in Destiny actually takes a huge amount of horsepower to go up, right? The other thing is the Pro doesn't have the CPU to go above, to even approach 120 FPS in PvE in Destiny. It can't do it, right? The only reason I'm above 100 FPS most of the time is remember, this is a Zen 5 CPU with 3D V-cache, right? And the Pro has a fucking Zen 2 CPU with cut down fucking level 3 cache, right? It can't do what a fucking PC can do, no matter how much more powerful the GPU is they made on it. I made this point when they, announced the specs. If you remember, I was like, why aren't they changing the CPU? It's probably the worst part of the console. So the Pro is not the magic bullet to everything that can fix everything. It might be able to hold a steady 120 4K in Crucible now, right? If they just use minimum settings. That would be the update they could make, but in PvE it won't even touch 120, right? Because Destiny's so CPU bound, the same performance you get on the base PlayStation is what you're going to get on the Pro if you try and dial it to 120. You're going to get the exact same behavior in Crucible where it dips down to like 90 or 80 FPS. It's really funny because the Xbox Series X is the console that has the best performance at 120 in Destiny, just because it has the faster CPU of all the the consoles. It's got the highest clock one basically because they're all the same, right? But if you've got a few more megahertz on the frequency, then it's gonna go a bit quicker, right? And the Series X has I think the 3.7 gigahertz clock as opposed to the fucking PlayStations, which all have the 3.5. It's got 200 megahertz clock on it, right? And I'd like to point out, I have a Zen 3 CPU lying around somewhere, right? Which is a generation up from Zen 2. It can barely hold 120 in areas, and it's a fucking clock to 4.8 gigahertz. So that's why there's no update for Destiny. They would need to optimize the shit out of the game, which they probably shouldn't do, by the way. If they were smart, you know what they'd do for their next DLC? They'd optimize the living crap out of it, do a Pro patch, as well as a 120 patch for the regular consoles at like 1080p, upscaled with DLSS, or with, FSR, sorry, and PSSR on Pro. If they gave a shit, that is, right? And they'd also make a Switch 2 version, right? While they were doing their optimizations. Which would be the point of the optimizations, right? Because I know a Switch 2 version sounds like a waste of time, but the Switch 2, if optimized correctly, could do Destiny 60 FPS, 1080p, upscale from 720 with DLSS, right? And it would be a really good way to play Destiny portably, right? On a really low battery burn. You can already play Destiny portably, right? On a mini PC, but those cost like £800, £1,000, right? A Switch 2 costs like 500, remember? Alright, let's see, what have I got to do here? Honestly, they'd just be better, making a Switch, a Switch 2 version of, and using the excuse to fold the Destiny 1 game into Destiny 2, bring back all the campaigns and release, a Destiny fucking Ultimate Edition on Switch or whatever. And then, obviously, making those updates available to the PC and consoles as well. Just taking a year out to do that. I would get them some sales. Many people would buy them on this, Destiny on the Switch 2 just to run it on, to run it mobily as well, decently quality-wise. They don't care enough. They really don't. That would be too much money outlay for the bean counters to do. Pulse rifle, super, light ability, super. Okay, well I don't have enough pulse rifle ammo right now, so we'll just do the light abilities real quick and get another one. Like I said, there's ways they can recoup a lot of goodwill. One way would be just to fold the campaigns back into the game and make a Switch Ultimate version with optimization and bring the game properly to next-gen consoles while they're doing it. Is the versions that are on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro are not next-gen versions of Destiny. They're just last-gen settings tweaked to 60. This one's, I can't do this one in here. We've got elemental pickups, so solar pickups. These are all terrible. I need a super. I've got one. They're too close. It's okay. DLSS 5 is very controversial because it's changing so fucking much. It's ridiculous, right? It's full-on character reconstruction and lighting reconstruction with AI. It looks absolutely like the difference it can make to like an older DLSS game is absolutely fucking beyond the words, if you know what I mean. Like I said, the demo they were running 25090s. They had one 5090 to render the game and one 5090 to run DLSS 5, right? Now, that is not reflective of how it's going to run. Oh, it's Champions. I wonder. Because they're just testing it at the moment. They've got it running on a single 5090 in the lab, apparently. It's just not ready, to be demoed. So they were just, an early version of it was running, from what they showed Digital Foundry. The thing is, it's so divisive because it's such a big change when it does, what it does. It can completely overhaul the lighting to almost look like path tracing on like games that don't have it. And many people are comparing it to like an Instagram filter basically that women use. But it's really transformative. Like, on the games that look ugly as shit, say like Oblivion Remastered, for example, where the character models don't look very good, it can literally overhaul the lighting so the character models look more natural. But in games where, artistic license and art direction, determine how the game looks, it can ruin the look of the game. But the thing is, you don't have to use it, right? So if it makes your game look worse, just don't turn that feature on. It's just going to be a toggle like anything else in NVIDIA's product stack, right? You don't have to turn it on if you don't like it. That's why I don't get why people are crying so much. Like, I have smooth motion, which can double Destiny's frame rate, which I don't turn on because it has weird side effects in Destiny. It's AI generated frames and it adds input latency. The thing is, input latency when you're running above 200 FPS doesn't matter anyway, right? Trust me. So, but there are features of NVIDIA stuff I don't use on certain games because there's no reason. I use frame generation on like Borderlands 4, for example, because there's no way to get a decent frame rate on that game unless you do, right? Game's so heavy. You're gonna see frame generation, by the way, coming to consoles very soon. There's already been a little bit of it, like Wukong used it, for example. Black Myth Wukong used it on consoles. It was the one mode I didn't put it in, which was I think the balance. No, one of the modes it was on where I didn't use that mode in Black Myth because it felt terrible to play because it was running at 20 FPS and then doubling the frame rate to 40 with frame generation, right? But it had it. Is the point. But with RDNA 5, you're going to have machine learning, which means you're going to have FSR 4 on the consoles. Maybe even FSR 5 if there's a new one. One of the reasons Sony is having so much trouble integrating FSR 4 onto PlayStation 5 Pro, even though they're stemmed from the same technology as Sony cheaped out on the PlayStation 5 Pro's GPU. This is a usual thing for Sony. FSR 4, right, which is the machine learning version of, FSR, which is better than PSSR, by the way, right? In general, requires something called FP8 registers to calculate the vectors and things on screen, right? This hardware is only present in RDNA 4, right? So in order to run it on RDNA 2 based GPUs like the PlayStations, they had to come up with an int8, which stands for integer instead of floating point, which is FP8, an integer, right? And the 8 is the number of bits assigned to that number, right? Which means how big that number can possibly be in a register. And it all comes down to precision on screen, right? Something that's FP8, right, using floating point numbers, which means the number can basically be fractions of a number. It's hard to explain this, but in programming, right, if you want to use a fraction, the most accurate way to do it is to use floating point numbers because they can be decimal places, right? So you could do 3.5, for example, really easily. Whereas integer numbers, as it stands, well, as you know, integer means whole number, right? So you cannot easily do fractions you have to use like weird division math using integers to get fractions. And even then you have to output the output into an int16 value, which takes up more calculation and compute time. It's a thing, right? TLDR, Sony cheaped out, right? Because they didn't include one of the major features of RDNA 4, which allows it to use FSR 4 with greater precision, right? It's the same. By the way, NVIDIA have been less shitty than AMD over using their machine learning on older things, right? It's the same problem with RTX GPUs prior to the RTX 40 series, right? So the RTX 30 series GPUs and 20 series GPUs do not have the ability to use floating point 8 values very easily, but NVIDIA fall back to an 8, to some sort of heavier calculation for them, but they still do it, right? So that's why FSR 4.5 can still be used on even an RTX 2060, right? And even the Nintendo Switch can use DLSS 4.5, despite it being like a RTX 20 series GPU in the Nintendo Switch, by the way. The Switch is the only console, by the way, that uses NVIDIA hardware. But it has the best upscaling when they use it. Fucking, they don't use it half the time. We need heavy MG auto rifles, elemental pickups is a pain in the ass. Do I have a kinetic auto? Yeah, this'll do. You can't listen to what people are going hysterical about anyway over upscalers, because half of them don't even understand the technology they're looking at. They just see it and like, oh, it's making the game look worse. Well, you don't have to use it. Turn it off. The game looks the same. It always did if you don't use it. I think people just are looking for a way to shit on AI, right? NVIDIA are very heavily invested in AI stuff, right? Like, RTX, cards like my 5090 have had machine learning cores on them now called Tensor cores, and they're up to like the 3rd generation Tensor cores, right? And there are a lot of Tensor cores. A huge portion of the die base for my GPU is dedicated to AI machine learning Tensor cores, right? That are not used generally for gaming unless you're using like DLSS. So NVIDIA have been using these cores to find new ways to integrate them into video games, right? 5090 is a very powerful machine learning card as well. People get very angry whenever they heard the word AI because, you know, of all the shit that's been going on with it. It doesn't always mean bad things. Like I said, we've had machine learning, which is AI upscaling for years now, and trust me, it's better than not having it. The easiest way to just prove it is if I load up, for example, Forza Horizon 5, right? And if I basically put the PlayStation version next to the PC version and I don't max out the PC settings and the only difference I use is DLSS 4.5, the PlayStation just loses hands down. I could put the PC at 1080p resolution upscale to 4K and the PlayStation's going to lose in image quality. That's how good Nvidia's upscaling is with AI, right? That's how far ahead they are. It doesn't matter if it's got PSSR. It doesn't give a shit. The DLSS is just going to kick it around the block like it's the new kid and it's a redheaded stepchild, right? Doesn't matter, right? Because Nvidia have been doing this longer. And DLSS 4.5 is so much further ahead of FSR or PSSR. It's not even funny, right? Like DLSS is the benchmark where those upscalers are trying to get back to, right? FSR 4 basically managed to match DLSS 3. That's like, you know, to catch up. And then Nvidia were like, hey, hold my beer. Here's fucking DLSS 4.5 now, and you're fucked. DLSS 5 is just a new suite of technologies they're working on to enhance lighting now. Don't forget, what's it called? Did you see the shots with ray reconstruction I was showing you? Which is another DLSS technology, which is basically recalculating shadows using machine learning in order to make an image look, you know, more realistic. And when you see it next to the console shots, it's not fair. Because it's not fuzzy and it's not all fucking messing around and everything in the, you know, in the ray tracing. Because they can fire less rays and then reconstruct them to more rays, right? That's how it works. They can do less calculations basically for the expensive ray tracing and use AI to infer where they're supposed to go. And they've gotten so good at it that it actually does look better. And all these technologies are going to filter down into the next gen consoles for sure. You know, like, you know, ray regeneration or other stuff like, you know, from AMD's technology stack will filter into PlayStation 6, right? You've already saw the Xbox Helix project talking about machine learning, right? In the next console, right? It's probably going to have an NPU, right? So it's going to have a CPU, a GPU, and an NPU, probably, right? Got health on it. And the NPU stands for Neural Processing Unit, which means it's an AI dedicated calculation thing. In fact, there's already an Xbox console quote with an NPU. You know that, right? It's the ROG Ally Xbox X or whatever they've called it, right? The fucking handheld. That's got an NPU, which they haven't used yet, but it's there ready, right, to do AI upscaling. Right? They're already like announcing they're going to be using that soon to do AI upscaling on the handheld to save battery, basically. If you render the image at a lower resolution, then upscale it to a fake higher resolution, you can use less power, because it's really important on a handheld to use as little power as possible while making a good image, right? Because then your console can last like 4 or 5 hours on a battery when it would last like 30 minutes, right? So they already have an NPU in that device ready to go in the Z2 Extreme. And it's going to use AutoSR, which is screen and reconstruction. I know it's Microsoft's version of DLSS, but it's not XeSS. It's the part they're going to put in Windows. Windows is automatically going to have its own fucking auto-regenerative fucking AI upscaling. Honestly, if they were making the console, they were better off waiting and putting an RDNA 4 fucking GPU in a handheld. That's what they should have done. They should have got a cut down RDNA 4 GPU and got FSR 4 instead of Auto SR, but whatever. Microsoft do weird things sometimes, and it was cheaper just to use the, you know, the RDNA 3 tech. It's funny because those handheld consoles have newer GPUs in them than anything that's in the main consoles. Because they're all RDNA 3. Remember, my ROG Ally is an RDNA 3 GPU. It supports more features than the PlayStation 5 Pro even does when it comes to, you know, technology. It's just a handheld though, so it's lower power. Why is this not done yet? That auto rifle one is awful. I can't do this. Wait. Finish is fine, I guess. It's cause AMD have been dragging their feet over making APUs with RDNA 4 GPUs in them for some reason. I think there isn't a big enough gap between them power efficiency wise to justify it. Valve's been saying the same with the Steam Deck. Valve said we'll make a new Steam Deck when there's enough power efficiency gains for us to bother making a new Steam Deck. Because they've been saying we're not going to make a new one till the power efficiency is there, so we can, you know, still have 2.5 hours of battery life with a meaningful upgrade. Because right now they just burn more power to look better, and you don't want that in a handheld. You don't want your handheld lasting like 30 minutes just so it looks a little better than the other one. Right? One of the ways they counteracted that in the ROG Ally was they put a bigger battery in the Ally X, right? Which they put an 80 watt-hour battery in it, which frankly is a massive battery, by the way, when it comes to handheld devices. An 80, like your phone probably has like a 30 watt-hour battery in it. 80 watt-hour battery is absolutely gigantic when it comes to like battery. Like, to get an idea, like laptops have like 80 or 90 watt-hour batteries in them, full laptops usually, right? And they cram this into this little handheld. It's like folded in half and stuffed in there. I hate the elemental pickups. Rapidly defeat 3 of a kind. Super stasis ability funnel. I hate this one too. This one can fuck off. Champion stun can fuck off too. Super rapidly auto rifle again, and fucking elemental pickups. Can I just use this instead? I know. By the way, I like the handheld PCs. They're actually pretty useful. Like, they can run Destiny at 60 FPS, right? Even now. I imagine, because I don't have a Z2 Extreme one, but I've got a feeling the Z2 Extreme can run Destiny at like low resolution, way into the hundreds of FPS. Like 100 something FPS on a handheld if you wanted to, right? It does have a 120Hz screen, the Xbox Z2E, right? Why? What are you waiting for November for, Mark? Oh, you waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6? They need to just... Okay, you know the most annoying thing about GTA 6 is? Right? It's guaranteed going to be 30 FPS on console. Right? That is going to be a 30 FPS game on PlayStation 5 Pro. No ifs, no buts. Right? It's going to be 30 FPS. They should release a PC version. Right? At least we get a 60 FPS version of the game too. Because all the consoles are going to be running at 30 because this is what Rockstar do. They release the highest fidelity game they can And they don't give a shit about the frame rate. Oh, I know we'll be playing at 30, it's just gonna suck. To be at 30. Because remember, look at the way GTA 5 released. It was a 30 FPS game on the current gen consoles. It didn't get a 60 FPS version until they released the PC version and the next gen version, if you remember. No, it's 30. It's going to be a 30 FPS game, Mark. I'm not lying to you. There is no way in hell that Zen 2 CPU is going to run that game at 60 FPS. You will need a next-gen console before it will run at 60. Well, it's going to be blurry. It's going to be upscaled. It's going to be rough. I'm telling you, GTA 6. It's going to look pretty, but it's going to be rough as fuck, right? To play the game. Until the next-gen version comes out, and Rockstar will sell it back to you to make more money. I'm telling you, it's their business model, right? I'm not lying here. This is not me shitifying on consoles or anything. We're not even getting a PC version, right? Until later. I think Rockstar should reconsider that PC option, right? And the reason why is Steam sales for video games have been huge in recent years. Which makes it all the more funny that Sony are like humming and hawing now about releasing their games on PC, just because Valve and Xbox have twigged on that they can just turn their fucking console into a PC with the flick of a switch and run PlayStation games. Which just really annoyed PlayStation, by the way. Which is why they're like pulling out, because the Steam machine is coming, right? And it's gonna run PC games. Right? And you've got the Xbox Helix project coming, and it's gonna run PC games. Right? And Sony don't have any experience with running, you know, a PC operating system. So they can't just flick a switch and do that. Because remember, Microsoft make Windows. And the Xbox just runs a version of Windows already, by the way. The Xbox Series X one's a version of Windows 10. Right? It's just a really cut down version of Windows 10. You might not know that, but that's what it is. Right? It's the NT4 kernel, low-level data stack, running like minimal functionality, right, for Windows 10, and it mostly runs the hypervisors for security, right? Making it damn near unhackable, right? Because everything runs in a virtual window. So nothing gets to touch the base hardware normally, unless you can attack the boot ROM, which is really difficult to do. It takes a lot of hardware manipulation that you potentially can break the thing using voltage differentials. Most people don't do that. But yeah, just don't get your hopes up too high for GTA. It's not going to have a performance mode, probably. And I can say this with about 70% certainty that it's not, right? Because it's not what Rockstar do. Rockstar, like, basically will make the game look as gritty as they can at 30 FPS. Free download at 10. Do you know, I'm going to give them credit on Crimson Desert. By the way, the PC specs are damn near reasonable for that game. You know, to run that game on Ultra, it's not like... It can do 4K native at 60 on a 5090, which is not always a given, right? Right? Like, the specifications for the game are damn near reasonable. I know that sounds horrific, saying you need a 5090 to run 4K native Ultra, but it's 4K native Ultra. It's like everything turned on, right? the consoles don't run ultra, right? They run medium settings in most PC games, right? If I'm honest, right? And medium looks good enough normally, right? So when you turn on ultra settings, like Destiny runs medium settings, by the way, on consoles, right? You know this. If I turn everything down to medium, it will match the consoles, right? Even the texture setting, right? 3 of a kind, orbs of power, void. I need super. Do I have my super back? I do. Okay. So it's damn near reasonable, whereas Borderlands 4, for example, does not run at 4K Ultra native on a 5090. In fact, do you know what it takes? Do you know what Borderlands 4 runs at natively? 60 FPS on its absolute maximum settings. Do you know what resolution it runs at on a 5090 if you're not using any upscaling or anything? Right? It runs at 1080p. Barely at 60. With everything cranked. That's why I said the Crimson Desert is damn near reasonable. Like it runs 4K native without any upscaling. 60 FPS, which means with upscaling you can get a 5090 probably to 120 FPS in that game at like 1440p upscale, right? Which will probably be a damn good experience, right? Why is the stats all messed up on this? Yeah, they're fixed. No, Pro's not the best place to play it. PC is the best place to play it, Mark. By a long shot. Unfortunately for the Pro, right, DLSS exists. Right? DLSS 4.5 plus ray regeneration is the best way to play the game. And also the 5090 is just huge horsepower, right? You can't... like, of the consoles, the best place to play it is the PlayStation 5 Pro, right? But it's not even close when it comes to, like, it versus a 5090 PC, right? It doesn't have a chance. Remember, it's like a what? Like a 20 or 30 teraflop machine versus a 100 teraflop machine. The calculations are not in its favor, right? that is some math you don't even have to do, right? Why has this just not got any catalyst supplied to it? This is the base bitch model. Why have you got this? I don't have to tell you that the PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't have a hope or a prayer against the 5090, right? And it shouldn't. It's never had a hope or a prayer against the 5090. The PlayStation 6 won't have a hope and a prayer against the 5090. Just so you know. You're not getting a 100 teraflop machine next generation, right? You'll be lucky to get a 50 or 60 teraflop machine, which is about the same as a 4080, right? But that's not a testament, by the way, to how bad consoles are. That's a testament to how ridiculous Nvidia went on the flagship GPUs. Because the 5080 and the 4090 and the 5090 are so far ahead of even the 80 class cards, it's disgusting, right? When you actually look at a 5080 and a 5090 and then realize that the 5090 is almost twice as like a 5080 in everything, Mark. It has like twice the ROMs, twice the TMUs, twice the shader execution units, twice the fucking memory, twice, like it's literally like 2 of them bolted together. Nvidia went fucking insane. Alright? You're not getting a PlayStation 6 with 32 gigs of VRAM. It's just not happening. You're not getting a PlayStation 6 with as many fucking AI compute cores with 20,100 shader execution units and a TDP of 600 watts in a console. It's not happening. And don't forget, the 5090 is on a is on basically a lower nanometer count than the fucking PlayStation is at the moment. The PlayStation's on 6 nanometer. I think the 5090 is on 5 nanometer. So it's not only got it beat on fucking just raw bullshit, right? It's got it beat on like technology too. As in, it's on a lower processing node, which means it's more power efficient. It's still throwing 600 watts at the wall, right? Because Nvidia are fucking psychos. Not Crucible Match. And not as champions. Arc and abilities is fine. Light, Orbs of Power. Void is still not done, but it'll eventually get done. It's gonna... Honestly, the next Pro console, right? Which will come probably 2 or 3 years after the PS6 launches, will come somewhere close to the 5090, eventually. In GPU compute, at least. When the technology catches up and be cheap enough, right? But this thing's disgusting. This is why you paid well, this is why I paid some ridiculous amounts to use it. Because it's gonna last a while, this thing now, anyway, hopefully. You know why games, you know, like, while games are all crying about VRAM or everything, I don't know if you've heard, like, there's a lot of GPUs that don't have enough VRAM to run modern games. 5090 don't care. 5090 got more VRAM than all of them put together. 5090 don't give a shit. Being serious, by the way. Darkness. The Bane one's back again. Stop with the Bane one. Need a super. These are light damage. Okay. But yeah. I have more VRAM than 2 PlayStation 5s. Have system memory. Hold. I have more system memory than 4 PlayStation 5s. Hold. They do, don't they? I've looked at it. When I go back up, you know, the top. I'm pretty sure they get 10. Unless you've turned in a bunch this week already. Which I didn't think you had, so I wasn't paying attention. They stop giving Bright Dust after they give you 1,000 Bright Dust, by the way. That's just how they work. I'm just doing crit hits with the shit bow because it has so much aim assist. I can like aim at the fucking floor and it'll probably hit them in the head. Most of the time. Beat main commands I can't do. But I want to do a couple more because it's starting to cost way too much money to change the bounties out. Like in switching them without doing them. No. But yeah, they give Bright Dust. Usually, until they don't, if you know what I mean. Let's have a look. They should be. Unless you've... No, they're giving 10. Look, see? 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. They give 10 each. So every one of those gives 10 until they give 100. And then they're done. Usually I go to one of your other characters where you've got a ton of them and turn a few of them in so we get the 1,000 off them too. Because you usually have a ton from playing Trials or something. I don't use more than I have to. Usually I stop as soon as I stop, you know, giving shit. Standard orders. Light. Baned. Annoying. The light. Precision 60. Super's 25. Have I got a super? Not yet. I can charge a super quickly like this, I guess. Do the elemental light kills. This charge is super pretty fast. A rapid response can get done by this too. Like I said, I'm just, working my way through shit. This is, the usual shit we do, Mark. I hate the fact I can't melee when they're close to me because of your tracking settings that are shagged. But I can't change them because I have them set to custom usually for you. Which is good to do. Too close to me here. By the way, need special. Check what that was. But yeah, get ready for GTA 6 30 FPS edition until they release 60 FPS edition next gen when the PS6 comes out, because it's gonna happen. Okay, I'm just gonna have to take the hit on the price of these. Super shiny thing. Oh, that's just gonna cost. Oh, it's really gonna cost now. Okay, that's fine. This is still giving bright dust, you can see. So I turned them in. We need 9 more orders. So we got super, rapid response, elemental pickup. So I need a kinetic SMG probably. Because it will drop solar shit as well. Which should. Right there we go. As well as doing the kinetic SMG. Are you looking forward to GTA 6 now? $30 FPS edition. It's still gonna, by the way, the game's still gonna look really good. How I'm gonna judge the game is if they put it, like I said, this is how I'm gonna judge how woke the game is in general and how much they've been fucking, how bad the game is, right? I don't care if they put pride parades in the game, right? Just let me blow them up with a rocket and I'm fine. So if they have a bunch of gay people protesting with their rainbow banners, I better be able to run them over with a car. Right? Okay. You can put that shit in the game, I don't care, just let me blow it up. It was always going to be 30, Mark. Don't you, look, this is the standard thing in Rockstar games. There is a very low, very unbelievably low likelihood they'll do a pro version. Like as in a performance version, sorry. But the game is already going to be running at a pretty low resolution on console, even on the pro. Right? And usually where they get their performance back is they lower the resolution in order to get it to 60, right? But if the game's already running sub 4K pretty heavily, they aren't going to turn the resolution down because it makes the game look terrible. Because they're going for visual fidelity in a huge world, they're not going for, performance first-person shooter. It'll be fine, right? GTA 5 originally was 30 FPS on the PlayStation. 4. 3. Can't remember where it launched. Okay? But originally it was 30 FPS where it launched, okay? This is a fact. It's so ridiculous. It's not even me trolling. It's been a while since they launched the GTA game. I think it was the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 where it launched, and it was still 30 FPS, by the way, on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. We did not get 60 FPS GTA on console until the fucking 5 and the series consoles. You know that, right? No, it's going to be 30, Mark. It took 2 generations of consoles to get a 60 FPS version on the consoles. You can fight me on this if you want. It took 2 generations of consoles to catch up with what they were trying to do. No. No. It won't be. That's the point I'm trying to make to you. And you know when this runs, when they finally do release a PC version, it's going to take the monster of a PC to run this at 60. Just like Grand Theft Auto 5 took a monster of a PC when it came out to run it at 60. Like an absolute ridiculous PC. It still takes a hell of a PC now to run even Red Dead Redemption 2 at max settings. Even turning everything up on GTA 5 to the maximum will tax my 5090 at 4K. You know that, right? Like my 5090 will be on fire. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's actually pretty hot at the moment because I've got the fans on low. At like 82 degrees running Destiny. Oh no, it's at 78 alive. Never mind. It was 80. Oh, it's around 80. It's fluctuating. The fans are speeding up when it gets too hot. If I turn the fans up, I can get it down to like 50 degrees if I wanted to. It's just too wild at that point. It sounds like a fucking aircraft fucking taking off. Puts out a lot of heat. Okay, so Mark, what you don't understand is, right, when GTA 5 came out on the PlayStation, right, this is how it went, right? I'll tell you how it went down, and this is not me mocking you or like trying to say anything, right? Or trying to say you're just flat wrong. This is just how it went down, right? Originally, GTA 5 released on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. It was 720p. It was sub 720p, right? When the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out, the original Xbox One, not the Series console, they upgraded the resolution to 1080p. It was still 30 FPS. They couldn't get it to 60, right? It wasn't, and even, right, and then, right, this is at 1080p on the fucking PlayStation 4 console, remember, right? And then even on the Pro and the Xbox One X, the upgrades they did only just about brought the resolution somewhere to around 1440p. At 30. Right? This is GTA 5, right? We didn't get a GTA 5 that was near to 4K and 60 FPS until the PlayStation. It's still not, by the way, it's still not near 4K. At least it's 60, right? On the PlayStation 5 Pro, sorry, on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series consoles. That's when we got 60 FPS, when the console CPUs finally caught up, right? Unfortunately for you, there is a Zen 2 CPU sitting in all of those consoles. It ain't running GTA at fucking 60. Right? At the point that that comes out, it's going to be a 6-year-old CPU. Right? Do not expect it. I do not. I know what I'm talking about. If they get it close to 40 and do a 40 FPS fidelity mode, that is their best bet. If they can manage that, I would be shocked. Right? They may do an uncapped VRR frame rate mode. It's gonna sit at 30 90% of the time. You're not getting to, well, if you want 60, it's basically the PC or PS6 version. I'm telling you. Like, it's just a, and it's gonna take like a 5090 to run it at 60 on a PC anyway. I'm telling you now, the minimum specs are gonna say 60 FPS, 1080p, 5090 required on GTA 6 on PC to run it at max. It's like I sound like I'm memeing, but I'm not. Like, it's that bad. Rockstar are notorious for pushing fidelity. Like I said, the Crimson Desert is damn near reasonable for its settings. You don't want to see blurry. You are going to see blurry tits on a pole. It's going to happen. To be honest, the way video games are going, you're probably going to see a blurry nose ring and blue-haired Karen screaming at a fucking protest outside a fucking bank. In a pride parade outfit. And they probably won't let you run it over, and at that point I'm done with GTA. If I can't run, if you're gonna put this stupid, you know, pride parade fucking modern agenda crap in video games, I better be able to shoot them just like everyone else. Right? It's fine if they don't have the same protection, if they have the same sort of, you know, if there was a protest for like fucking anything else in the GTA game, you'd be allowed to run it over and splatter them all or blow them all up with a rocket launcher and nobody would give a shit, right? And I can't wait if they do allow you to blow up, because they said they're putting in like, you know, LGBTQ representation, so like fuck them for that. But anyway, right, they said they're doing it, right? If there's a pride parade and you can blow it up, I guarantee you the first 100 videos you watch of GTA 6 on fucking TikTok or on YouTube are going to be of people blowing the pride parade up every way possible they can. And all the fucking people with nose rings having a meltdown. Because people are doing it. And saying it's hate speech. I'm telling you now, 100% that's what you're going to see. It's going to be amazing. But only if they let you kill them. They better let you kill them. It'll be funny as fuck. If they don't, they're not the same Rockstar I grew up with. Because Rockstar have always been the equal opportunity offenders, right? As in, they always let you fucking play satirical on both sides of the political, you know, divide, right? They always let you fuck with everybody, right? Prostitutes, you could run them over. Absolutely, right? Muscle man standing on the street corner, yep, you can run him over too, right? Blow up with a rocket launcher, absolutely. Right, shove them off a building? Yep, do that. Drop them out of a plane? Yep, you can do that, right? This was GTA, right? Didn't give a shit, right? They always made fun of everything, right? Donald Trump, fair game, right? In fact, they made fun of past presidents and political leaders in previous GTA games. British people made fun of them in GTA. Absolutely. Remember in Vice City, the British guy or whatever, who was the fucking coke dealer or something? Who always had fucking, you always had him go sniffing like coke or something. Like they made fun of everything, and that's the point, right? It should be making fun of everything, right? That's how you do it, right? If you're gonna do comedy, right, nothing is sacred, right? There's no protection for anybody, right? And that's the point, right? Because it's funny. In recent years, we've got a bunch of crying people who say, you can't make fun of my fucking sexuality or whatever. Yeah, I can. You can go fuck a donkey, I don't care. You know, they're going to cancel you on Twitter and all this shit, right? I really hope Rockstar haven't lost their edge. And they absolutely make fun of the gay people. They make fun of the straight people. They make fun of the lesbians. They make fun of the fucking non-lesbians. They make fun of the people with blue hair. They make fun of the people with nose rings. I hope they call them cows and put them in a fucking in a cow cage. It'll be fucking hilarious, right? I hope they have cattle prods. Like, just making fun of that shit. Because that's what I would do, right? If I wanted to be edgy and just actually make them mad, right? And here's the thing, right? What they don't understand, all these people who cry about, like, people making fun of their shit, right? If you can laugh at it, it's probably acceptable, right? If somebody's crying about them making fun of it because they're too ass hurt, it's probably because they're not comfortable enough in their self-image to take the criticism in the first place, right? So if someone's crying about the fact that they're making fun of the fact that, I'm a her, I'm a she, her. No, you're not. right? And then they start crying about it. They're not comfortable enough to actually think they are what they think they are in the first place anyway, and they can't take the joke. Because anybody, like, if, for example, like, I know I'm a man, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend it. I'm comfortable enough if someone came up to me and called me a woman, I'd just laugh at them, right? You know? I wouldn't sit there being offended and say, you just misgendered me. Fuck off. Would not give a shit, right? Not asked. Right, and this is how you know when somebody just can't take shit, because they just, like, they don't understand that if something is comfortably within something, it can be made fun of. If you're crying in the corner because somebody said bad words about you, sticks and stones, you know? Oh shit. Apparently I didn't jump that even though I did. Alright, whatever. What do I need? The supers are only at 50, solar, and full auto. I can do solar off the... Don't spawn me at the beginning of the game. Okay. Like I said, if you can make fun of something, it's probably normalized. It's just what they don't understand. If you can make fun of it and it's funny and people accept it, and they don't get angry about it, and don't throw a wobbler, and don't go to social media to try and deplatform everybody who's like fucking making fun of it, then it's probably fine. So I guarantee you, like, if they let you, like I said, if there's a pride parade and they let you blow it the fuck up and you just see the legs raining down and the fucking arms and bits of heads raining down from the sky of a bunch of people with rainbow gear on, it's gonna be fucking hilarious, the videos that people are gonna make. And YouTube's gonna start banning them all because it's calling it hate speech and everything, because nobody can take it. It's gonna be fucking ridiculously funny. I'm sorry. I'm here to watch the world burn. I'm down for it. It has been deserved for a while, right? Like, we have had to put up with this garbage with them telling you what you can and can't say for a long time. It's about time some revenge was gotten. You wanted freedom of speech? You want freedom of expression? Here's my freedom of speech, an RPG and your pride parade. Welcome to the world. This is what we think. Rapidly defeat supers. It's still not done? Fuck off. I need ability kills as well. I've got some really shitty bounties here, and also I'm not really paying attention, I'll be honest. That close to me yapping. I'd rather blow up people in Grand Theft Auto 6 than do this right now. I think we need solar, arc solar or void ability kills, so wait for a second, it'll probably get done very quickly. There we go. Don't need this. Glaives, you've got to be fucking steady focused. Oh, we've done it anyway, I think. I haven't been doing too badly today. Actually, really haven't. For once. Probably because I've just been fucking not paying attention anyway. So what have we got? We should have, that should have, let's see if that actually completed the track. I think it did, yeah it did, so 20, okay. So we can pick up the shit from it now. These for the hell of it, screw it. You're getting chronologs too, by the way, by doing this. I don't know why we want them, we're just getting them, okay? Because we complete this track every week now, just for the fucking sake of it. We would be getting a Cypher, but you're full on them anyway. Yeah, you're getting chronologs. I don't know what you want them for, but you've been getting chronologs. Look, there's 750 of them there. We used them to buy exotic engrams last time, remember? You've been getting them. I don't know fucking why. Okay, I should switch to another character and see if I can get the other Bright Dust. See if you've got any packages I can turn in. Don't you agree with me though? If they're gonna put shit in games, they should let us blow the shit up, and there shouldn't be any recriminations or bullshit about whose shit you can blow up and not. If you're gonna put something in, you shouldn't protect it. Right? 10 still, 10 still, 10 still, 10 still, 10 still, and no, not there, and can download it now. Yippity doo dah. Isn't it? Doesn't unlock until tomorrow though, so I don't need to worry about it. Does it? When's the unlock time for it? I'm curious. Let's have a look. I know this isn't console, but this usually gives me a good idea anyway of what's going on. Where are we going? We're going to the store, aren't we? Because Steam usually gives you a date too, you know, when it, like hours of when it's going to unlock. 1 day and 23 hours. Is that correct? It's not out for 2 days, Mark. 19th of March? This sounds about right, yeah? It's not unlocking at midnight either. This is coming out at 9 o'clock. Apparently. Our time. If you pre-order Crimson Desert on PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, Microsoft Store, or Steam, you'll be able to preload the game starting 48 hours before launch on these consoles. Yeah, it says 9 p.m. 10 p.m. Okay, I'm a liar. Math was wrong. Slightly. Probably because, oh, Steam rounds it and I didn't, right? That's why. I assumed it's 10:05, right? So this isn't going to take in, this is going to, like, round off. It's going to say 24. But it's saying 23 because it's 5 minutes in, right? So it's rounded. So yeah, it's 2 days. So it's 10 p.m. It's out on Friday. On 2 days, is it Friday? I don't fucking know. That's what this says too. Where is it? This says 10 p.m. London. 11 p.m. Paris. That's the same time. It's out 10 p.m. Wait, what's it? It's Tuesday. So yeah, it's out 10 p.m. Thursday night. I don't fucking know. That's when it's out, okay? That's when it's out. 10 p.m. Thursday night. I'll fucking know. That's what it says here, Mark. This is the global release time for... I don't know if this applies to console, but this is what it applies to Steam, right? They've gone ham. They even have ROG Xbox Ally fucking system specs for it, by the way. 40 FPS, 60 FPS, 40 and 30 for quality on the Xbox Ally X. It's not a European game, remember. It's made by... Isn't it an Asian game? From Software does this too. When they release their games, they don't have normal times because they're, you know, located in Asia. Who makes this shit? Pearl Abyss? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're an Asian team, which means for them it's actually Friday when it releases. Just so you know, and it will be Friday, early hours in Asian time. Look, release date 20th on this side, on the Asia side, right? And it looks like it's releasing at like 6 or 7 a.m. China time, which is no, it's correct because it's releasing at 6 a.m. on Friday in Beijing, which is 10 p.m. on Thursday in London. Right? I'm pretty sure these are. This is an Asian team. Let me find out. You didn't know that? South Korea. They are Korean. So, yeah, that's correct. So yeah, this time here, right? Seoul, 7 a.m. They're releasing the game at 7 a.m. Korean time on Friday. Okay? That's what's going on. It's called Time Zones, Mark. It's a Korean game, so it's releasing on Friday on Korea. It just happens to be Thursday everywhere else. Because this is the time. Look, this is the date division. You didn't know that? I'll check the PlayStation 5 release. It's probably the same. Let me finish what I'm doing in Destiny first, though. Did I switch characters to the Titan? I did. Do you have any more packages here? Because we still weren't out of Bright Dust things yet. I got a few. 10. 10. And it's out. We don't use anymore. See? Look, they don't give it anymore, so I don't care. Let's see. Have you got any... I didn't check if you had any legendary or exotic ones on your hunter. Because they still give Bright Dust. Even though the other ones are out. You don't. If you had a legendary or exotic one, it's worth either 100 or 300 Bright Dust. You do not have one. And triggering one would take more effort than I could care, right? Oh, you just got medium gifted Bright Dust. There's another 500. Enjoy. You're up to 6,700. It's going up. Soon you'll be able to buy shit again with it. Alright. Okay. Let's see. PlayStation 5. What is it? Crimson Desert? Did they make Black Desert online or something? Is that what this is from? Probably is, right? No, it's 19th at 10 p.m. UTC. UTC is... I think UTC is GMT. Yeah, it's 10 on Thursday. It's correct. 10 p.m. Thursday. It's because it's a Korean game, Mark. It's, by the way, it's launching at 6 p.m. on the west coast of the USA and like fucking, but it's all the same time. Do you understand? It might sound like better time zones over there, but it's all launching at the exact same moment. It's a global launch, right? What you don't understand is, see all these times they're giving where it says it's 11 p.m. in Paris, it's 10 in the UK, it's 11 in Berlin, right? It's 1 a.m. in Istanbul, right? It's 5 p.m. in Dallas, 6 in New York, right? Los Angeles, it's 3 p.m. These are all the same time, right? When it's 3 p.m. in Los Angeles, it's 10 p.m. in London. This is the exact same time, all right? They're all launching on the exact same time. Every date here is the exact... Sydney, 9 a.m. on Friday, same time as 10 p.m. in London on a Thursday, right? Or you could just not play on launch and just wait till the morning. You don't have to be there at 10 to fucking play it. Mark. Just get up earlier the next day instead. I do! You could just forgo getting up at like fucking, instead of being going late till midnight or something, get up earlier the next day and then have more time the next day to play instead of being fucking there at fucking 10 a.m. till fucking midnight or 1 a.m. and then getting up later. Like, these are the same. You end up doing the same amount of time anyway. It's just how you want to space it and how you have access to it. It doesn't matter, but it's really funny. That's the global launch time. So it's you're sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, preload it," and I'm just like, maybe, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, because it doesn't matter when I do. It's not gonna take that long anyway. I don't think the game's that big, is it? How big's the game? Does it tell me here? It says 150 gigs. It's gonna be like 80 or 90 probably with space. Well, probably 100 with space for DLC. They always say this, like 150 available space, and the game takes up like 100. So it'll take like 10 minutes to download. I'll be fine. The PlayStation will take like 15 because it doesn't get up to full speed. I'll do it tomorrow at some point. It's fine. Steam store. What's on sale at the moment on Steam? This is the best part. By the way, the best part's about PC, and this is why PlayStation is so afraid of PC games, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. It's about 100 probably, right? They always say 150, they mean 100, right? You know, with patches. Death Stranding's out too, and look. £70 though, you're fucking joking, right? Like, this will crash down in price real quick. The best part about PC is though the manipulation of markets you can do as well. You can buy it from Brazil, for example, for like £40. But yeah, Death Stranding 2 is out on PC. That's gonna look pretty on PC, by the way. This was already a pretty game. This is, you know, it's gonna look really nice. What else is out? Slay the Spire 2, that's new. Early access. Bunch of crap in here. FC 26, still trying to peddle it. £17, by the way, on PC. Thomas the Tank. Oh, let's go. $29.99. Oh god. Warframe's a decent game. It's just really hard to get into. It's got so. By the way, Warframe's one of these games that has so much content in it, right? You don't know what the fuck to do. There's so much shit. I'm still waiting for this as well. They haven't announced this yet because of the RAM prices. Still waiting. I want the controller. This controller will be cool, just for PC with the touchpads. Because it's just like the Steam Deck with the touchpads, so you can just use these for mouse controls on certain things. It looks like a Dreamcast controller a bit. Just a standard layout. Like I said, you'd probably like the layout of this controller because it's using the PlayStation layout. It just has touchpads extending to it. It does have haptic feedback and everything, so I don't know. You can't use it on a PlayStation though, so get fucked. Unless Sony lets you. Gyro, haptic feedback. TMR technology thumbsticks. Like, this thing, I'll be shocked if this thing's under 100 though. Valve could very easily just price this thing at $99.99 and call it a day because it comes with a fucking internal battery, charger, puck, everything. It's probably going to be £70 or £80 though. Works with Steam, works with the Steam machine, works with the fucking Steam frame, the VR glasses that are coming. It actually has a very clever feature, you know, for the VR glasses, right? It has a little dot on the controller, right? It's invisible, except when you put the glasses on, you can see the dot on the controller, so when you put it down on the desk, you can see where it is. You don't like this controller, do you? 35 hours, by the way, of battery life. This is not a PlayStation 5 situation where it lasts like 10 minutes. That's about the same as the Xbox console's battery life, about 35 hours on a controller charge. It looks strange. It does look weird. But all they've done is taken a standard controller design and they've extended it to put touchpads on it, right? And it does, by default, by the way, it's not like a controller situation where you have to buy another one to have back paddles and everything. It comes with all the buttons, right? Not only does it have the touchpads, the Steam buttons, and everything, it also has back buttons too, built into the controller. So if they price this, it has R4, R5, and L4 and L5. And also it has capacitive touch things as well. It can tell when you're touching the side of the controller or not. So it can have the ability for games to register your finger presses on the actual outside of the controller itself. It's a really strange controller. And also it has capacitive for thumbsticks too. It can tell if your thumb is on the controller stick without you moving it. Just like the Steam Deck can. The Steam Deck does that too, by the way. It has a capacitive thumbstick, right? Where if you put your thumb on the stick, it can tell your thumb's on the stick. And it can engage the gyro motor just by putting your thumb on the stick and then engage gyro, right? It is designed for Steam, but it's going to work with anything on the PC, right? It is a very well thought out, very well designed controller. It's also designed to work with the VR headset that's coming. This is going to be interesting, the VR headset for sure. I'd be interested in how much this thing's going to cost. This thing's probably going to cost a lot, the Steam frame. This is the reason why is this is a really interesting experiment in VR because this is a fully wireless VR headset, as in it has a dedicated streaming platform. Look how small it is, by the way. Right? It has a dedicated streaming wireless dongle to stream the video from a PC, or it can operate on its own as well. This is not a big VR headset at all. It runs SteamOS. So it can run simple games itself, right? Like, you know, like 2D games and everything like they're showing here, right? But it can also, it hooks up to a PC with a dongle and can transmit the video from the PC wirelessly to it. Now, normally I'm not a fan of wireless tech, but in the case of a VR headset, the wire is actually annoying, right? And also, they're very heavy. My Oculus Rift 2 is pretty heavy, big piece of kit, right? My VR headset. So this is an interesting concept. This is tiny. The battery's on the back. Also, these are interesting too. They don't have weird circles around them and everything this time. They're just flat. Also, they have the same capacitive finger tracking that they have on the controller, strangely enough, and everything. So these are like two Steam controllers separated out. You get a better shot of them up here or something when they're using them. This, yeah. And the big pancakes. But they have finger tracking on them. They can tell if your fingers are moving. You know, for VR games, they can tell if you, like, open and close your hand almost. Which is interesting. This is stupid shit. This is how ridiculous you look in VR, though, to be honest. You look like a twat. Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm so cool. Fucking hell. But it still will be interesting. Like, the ability to project a massive screen, for example. You don't need a fucking 70-inch, 100-inch television when you can project a 100-inch screen in front of you on a VR headset. Like Valve, this is why Sony got scared and pulling out a PC. By the way, it's not Xbox doing the Helix. It's the Valve that are scaring the shit out of Sony. By the way, with the Steam machine, right? This is what's scaring Sony. This is what's incoming. They already have the Steam Deck, right? And it's a massive success. These things sell out all the time, ridiculously on Steam, right? You go here, right? Oh shit. Hopefully it won't try and buy something. They're usually sold out. They're not at the moment, but they have been a lot, right? Like £570 for the top spec Steam Deck still. And people still buy this. This is the OLED one with the 1 terabyte. Then you've got the 512 OLED, and then you've got the LCD one, which is the entry level one, which is 350. They don't even have the cheaper one anymore. This is the redesigned OLED, not the original OLED. Sorry, the original LCD, which was the 30. These have the 45 watt hour battery, you see, whereas the original one had like a 35 watt hour battery in it, I think, or something. I don't know. But yeah, this is what Sony's scared of, why they're pulling their games from the PC market, because the Steam machine can run PC games. And all it takes is for Valve to release a Steam Machine Pro. And now you have a console that can run Sony games. In competition. This is what Sony are really scared of, and they should be. Valve are massive, right? And this thing looks cool. This is what the Xbox Series X should have been. A little block. Shouldn't have been a big brick. It should have been a little cube, right? This thing's tiny, right? Now, this thing's not that powerful, but this is the Trojan horse, right? This is the base model, right? There will be a Pro at some point, right? As soon as this thing's tiny. Like, look at it. This is the Steam controller, right? If you imagine a controller, it is about the same size as a controller you have now. This thing's barely bigger than the controller. These things are small, right? And they're building an ecosystem with fucking VR with the controller, and it's going to be able to stream to the Steam Deck too. You know, this thing's about 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. That's not much, by the way. Micro SD. A light, by the way, did you see what they're doing with the light bar on the Steam machine, right? You know, when you're downloading a game, right, it's going to show how far the download's done on the game by how far the bar is across the machine. That's really fucking cool, right? That's actually, you see this bar here? It can literally be used as a progress indicator for a game you're downloading. Also, you can put, look, they've got faces for it and everything. It has a magnetic front that comes off. It's magnetic, by the way. It just sticks on with magnets. It's not even like a fucking stupid clicky thing that's on the consoles. It has a magnetic face that can come off. This is a status bar that can show the download status of it and everything. There's a banana. This is how big it is. There's a banana. Because it's really hard to judge how big this thing is. It's got the by the way, this thing comes with a controller too. It has TMR sticks. This thing is like this is tricked out, right? You can see it has a Zen 4 CPU, by the way. So it has 2 generations newer CPU than the base consoles at the moment. Its GPU is slightly about as powerful as a PlayStation 5 base, right? But it's RDNA 3, so it's going to be slightly more performant than RDNA 2, right? This thing's not designed to be a powerhouse. This is basically about as powerful as a PlayStation 5, right? Or an Xbox Series console, right? If I'm honest, right? This thing's around that power bracket, right? And you can tell because of its power supply, wattage capabilities are around, what does it say? 110 watts, right? So, 200 watts total, bit like the consoles, right? But it's tiny. It's 15 centimeters cubed, pretty much. It's not quite a cube, but it's about 15 centimeters, like, in a cube. And it runs Linux. It's a full PC that runs Linux. So it can go into the Linux operating system, open a web browser, and it can just run stuff. This is why Sony are a bit scared of it too, is because you can put this under a desk, right? Or by a television, because it's small. And the controller lets you access like PC-like functionality with the touchpads, remember? Because you know you don't have a mouse. Well, now you do, because you've got touchpads on your controller, right? So you can use the PC functionality of the controller to control web browser, watch videos, for example. You know, like bring up Twitch or something, and you can control it using your controller. But it's a full PC, so it's not the... you can bring it up in a web browser. You get the full access to everything on Twitch. You don't get that crappy little app garbage you get on the consoles or on phones where they, you know, restrict what you can do. Like you can't get 1440p or whatever. It is going to be interesting. The price of this though is what's going to kill it, probably, because the price of this thing's probably going to be like 800 to £1,000, right? Unless Valve goes super aggressive and somehow find another £100, bring it down to like 700, I don't think this thing will sell that well. At least not immediately, right? Until they bring the price down on sale. And even then, it's costing as much as a PS5 Pro, and it's nowhere near a PS5 Pro in specs. Like, this thing has to come out at 500 to come out swinging at the consoles, you know? I just don't know how they'll do that. Not with the price of RAM at the moment. It's probably why it's not out yet. They can't get the price down. Like, it was supposed to be out already, and then the RAM crisis happened, and Valve haven't been able to get RAM, basically, at a cheap price. Remember I told you my RAM sticks, right? You know my RAM sticks in my machine, I got them from Scan Anyway, right? If I go to... I'll just type in CL30, it'll probably find it. Nope, okay. I hate this. This is how bad RAM has got, right? Let's see. It would have just been easier to go to computer hardware, probably. Then go to components. Then go to this is the hard way. We're doing it the hard way. Memory, RAM, right? And if we go to DDR5, single dual channel, and let's go to 6000 megahertz, right? View selection, right? Alright, I want to show you. I have the RAM kit that's in my system is 2x32 CL30, right? They do sell it. It's Corsair Vengeance, right? I'm gonna find it. Here it is, CAS30, non-ECC, CL6, 6000 speed, 2x32 gigabyte sticks. This is how much the RAM costs. My RAM did not cost this when I bought it. My RAM was about £200, right? For the 2 sticks, right? Look at the price of it now. This is why the Steam Machine is not out. Because the Steam Machine needs RAM. Everything needs RAM, right? This RAM is more than the Steam Machine would cost. This is ridiculous. Now, that's not saying they don't get, you know, bulk discounts. Like, you know, if you bought 1,000 of these, you know, dual stick RAMs, you'd probably get 10% off and get them for like 800 each, right? But still, right? Like, what the fuck? This is my exact RAM kit, by the way. This is what my PC uses. I did not pay that for it. I got it before the prices crashed out. Right? You can see here, 6000 mega transfers. It is 64 gigs of RAM. Right? Up here, 64 gigs, right? 2 sticks. Right? CL30. Right? 9999, £1,000 for RAM. What also makes me laugh is, you know, the 5090s as well. Their prices are out of control, by the way, or have been, right? Look at this. GPU, NVIDIA. Show me the 5090s. Look at this, by the way. Look at the prices of the 5090s now. Look at this. They're not 2,000, they're 3,000. It went up in price since I bought one. This is absolutely, truly ridiculous. They didn't go down in price, and you can't even get some of them. They're on pre-order, right? Still, right? This is a very bare bones, basic 5090, by the way. The Ventus 3X Pro. 2,999. This thing should be 1,800. Right? This is the Astral, which is the top end. You know, one of the top end ridiculous ones with screens on it and everything that you don't need, right? 3,350. By the way, this is not really any faster than my 5090. It's about 1% quicker because it might clock a little bit faster. Because actually, I doubt it even is that, right? You test them, they're all like a 5090 is a 5090 is a 5090, right? if you can cool them, they go fast, right? Ridiculous. What is this? AI gaming box? What the fuck is this shit? Is a 5090 in a box? It's a 5090 in a box for $3 grand, a Thunderbolt 5 gaming box. This is an external GPU 5090. So what this is, you know, a laptop that has a Thunderbolt 5 port? Yeah, you can plug a laptop into this. It's about the size of a fucking Steam cube, right? But you can plug a laptop into this and run a 5090 on the laptop when it's plugged in. For $3 grand, Mark. This is a full 5090. Oh my god. Is this full 600 watts? Let's have a look. Does it have the specifications for the power? How much power is this? Does it pull 600? If it pulls 600, it's the full fucking 5090. Where is it? No, there's no power in thermals. It probably is if it doesn't say. It's not cheaper than a 5090 though, Mark. The cheapest 5090 here, right? The PNY 5090, 2007, 639, right? So 2,640 pounds, right? This is not what my 5090 cost, by the way. Truly ridiculous pricing going on right now. This is not even a proper 5090. Oh my god, I just saw this. This is the XG Mobile. This is the mobile. This is a 4080 in disguise. This is the you know, the ROG Ally fucking external dock for the, you know, the handheld, right? This is the 5090 laptop GPU for it. For the fucking ROG Ally. Don't buy that ever. Just buy the fucking cube instead. But yeah, look at these prices are off the fucking wall. So this is funny because between my 5090 and my RAM, right? Because the prices have gone up, you know, they're worth, right? Like my 5090 is worth at least £2,500, right? Let's just say that, right? It's cheaper than everything on here. But let's just say it's worth 2,500. My RAM kit's worth 1,000. That's 3,500 from those two components alone. This is not including my like £500 processor. The like £300 worth of fans that are in the machine. It really is a £5,000 computer now. Just I didn't pay that for it because, you know, I built it and all the parts were cheaper than this when I built it. Disgusting. What, my cooler's in here, isn't it? What is it? I have a Titan, Corsair Titan something, just to cool the fucking CPU. Is it called the Titan? Yeah, Titan 420 or something. One of these. This is what I use to cool my CPU. This thing, £200. This is the cooler I use, by the way, on my computer. It's except I've double fanned it, right? Because I'm pulling it through the front of the case, right? So I've double fan stacked it, right? There are 6 fans on it. I'm not joking. I have it in the front of the case like this. See the config here? Let's see if we can see it on this. You see the configuration here that has the thing? The radiator's mounted here in front of it. And this is where all the air into the case comes. So what I've done is I've got fans on the front and fans on the back to make sure it pulls enough air through the thing so the GPU doesn't overheat, right? Because the 5090's down here, right? Taking up like this entire space, right? And it has to pull the air into here and then eject it, you know? So I've got 6 fans on the front. I have 2 140mm fans on the top, which are bigger fans than these, which pull air down. And what I do is it has a positive pressure case setup, right? So my case is not this case. This is an airflow case. So ideally you would pull air in for the front and eject it out the top on this case. On my case, it has filters here and filters here, and it's designed to pull air in. And it has gaps all around the glass because it has a glass side panel. That's the entire side panel. It has a glass front panel, and it has a glass side panel on the other side. And it has gaps all the way around them. What it's designed to do is so you don't get dust in your case. you create a positive pressure environment where you pull more air in than you're blowing out of the case, right? Which basically forces air out of the case, so it can't suck dust into the case, if that makes sense, right? Because it has the filters are on the fans that are all pulling the air in, right? So there's a filter up here and there's a filter over here, right? And they can get dusty. You take them off and you clean them, right? But it stops all the dust getting in the case by there's holes everywhere in the case, right? Like all the way around the outside. There's holes all over my case, but that's the point, right? Because I've shown you the case before. It's the Crystal 570X, right? It's this thing. Like, if you look, these glass panels don't join. They're floating, right? So, it's not a cheap case either. So here, you can... This is the view I want, really. I need a better view of this thing. You know, it's on Alibaba.express, right? Still the same place. Why did I click there? Here's a view of it without its fans on. There's the filter on the front. This is a grey one, but this is fine, right? You can see these panels are held on by thumb screws, right? It's much easier to see this on the grey case. Mine's black, right? You can't see this on the black case, right? These glass panels float with a gap all the way around the outside of them, right? And there's not just a glass panel here. There's a glass panel up here. You can see it. There's a glass panel here. And then on the other side, there's another glass panel. This is a very glass... Well, this is actually a reverse shot. On the other side, there's another glass panel. There's glass panels on both sides of it, right? I don't like the grey one, by the way. The grey one looks nasty, right? You can see all the fucking grey struts in it. Mine's black, so you don't see all this as much. You do see it shadowed against the fans, but it's black instead of like the hexagons, instead of it being grey, right? This is a case for showing off. Like, if you want to have a bunch of shit that lights up, right? This is the case, right? Like, look, this weedy GPU in it. By the way, mine comes down to like here, and goes all the way across. Well, yeah, this is the kind. Look, this is the kind of case you can see. Like, you can see the gaps in the case. By the way, you'd think because of all these gaps, right? A ton of dust would get in here. It doesn't, because the only place it pulls air through is through the vent grills. There's a vent. This is, you see this is a magnetic dust filter, by the way, that comes off this entire. You unscrew these 4 things, right? You take the glass panel off, and then you can just lift the magnetic panel away from it. And it does the same on the top too. You undo the 4 thumb screws, and you just lift off the top panel, and it's got a dust filter up there too. Fancy case, not a great case. I would not recommend ever getting this PC case to anyone. It's a pain in the ass to put stuff in. It's not like the modern cases. It's an older case, so it doesn't have all the, you know, the railings and clipping things and everything that some of the new cases have. It's not as big as some of the big fish tank cases you can get now. It's a mid-tower. It's big, by the way. Don't get me wrong. You know, your PS5? Your PS5 fits in there, right? Just to give some sense of scale of how big this thing is, right? Your PS5 fits in there with no problem, right? This doesn't look big until you realize the PS5 goes inside that without an issue, right? Like the big PS5, right? Like, it goes inside. Like, I can get the Series X inside there too at the same time, right? Like, side by side, right? This is a huge case, right? But there's bigger cases. It looks, these by the way, these images make them look tiny. I'm sorry, they're not, right? Because when you see the 5090, like, this is the giveaway, right? See these slots here, right? A 5090 takes up 4 of these slots near enough, right? So 5090's thickness is about this big. And when you realize how big a 5090 is, and a 5090 reaches all the way to the front side of this case, right? When you realize that a 5090 is basically bigger than a PlayStation 5 nearly, yeah, okay. It fits in there, right? With all this room to spare at the top, right? These cases are big, Mark. These are all like the fancy Corsair cases, some of the new ones. It makes it look really tiny. It's not. I promise you, right? These fans are 120mm fans, which means they're 12 centimeters across, each of these fans, right? This is 12 centimeters, 12 centimeters, 12 centimeters. This is 30 centimeters. This is 35 centimeters, basically. Just this fan part here in height, right? Which is like a third of a meter, right? This thing's not small, right? I know that doesn't sound big, but when you consider the fact that when you're 6 foot, you're only about 2 meters tall, right? Right? This thing's like basically up to, like, be past your knee, right? If you're around 6 foot, this case basically comes up to about your knee or higher, right? Like, it's pretty tall, right? And this is not a big case by any means. They come bigger, right? Some of these cases on here are bigger than it, by the way. This one almost certainly is, right? This is a bigger case. It's fatter, at least. I don't think it's taller, right? I think it's shorter, actually, because these are two 120 milliliter fans, and you can see there's 3 stacked up in the other case. This only has 2, so I'm going to assume this is about a little bit smaller, but it's definitely wider, because, again, you can see this is a 120 milliliter fan, and you can fit 2 of them side by side, whereas this has a 120 milliliter fan here, and it can only fit 1 of them. So this is like, so it's shorter. It's about this. The other case is like a fat, short one, if you know what I mean. There's a bigger version of this case, I'm pretty sure. But by the way, you shouldn't really have a 5090 in this case. I'm going to be blunt. The reason I've double stacked the fans on the front, and I barely have enough room to do it, is because if you have the radiator on the front, it restricts the airflow, right? And I was having trouble when I didn't have the... I bought more fans, by the way, because I was having trouble pulling enough air through here to get it to the GPU, because this was getting to like 85 degrees when I was flooring it, you know, because there wasn't enough air coming in through here. So basically, I got some reverse fans, and I stacked another 3 fans on the back of the radiator to make sure the air just gets, like a jet engine, gets sucked through the front of it, right? And then I replaced I had the 120 milliliter fans in the top. I replaced them with 140s, which are bigger, to pull even more air down too, right? So this case, I would not recommend building a 5090 PC in this case. Right? It had one with it had one with all the stuff in it here. Right? This is showing a dual GPU setup with a dual AIO 140 on it. These are 1080s. That's how old this is. These are GTX 1080s. That's how old this image is, right? My 5090 is like wider than both of these and comes all the way. By the way, if this is a radiator with a fan on, right, and then you put another fan on the back of it, let's just say there, my 5090 comes to about here. Right, in the case. And it takes up literally to about here in thickness, right? So my 5090 basically takes up this entire block of space. And now you know why I had to double stack the fans on this side to get enough air into this area, right? The 5090 basically chokes off all the air above it because nothing can get past it because it's so fucking huge. So I had to put the 2 fans like here to blow enough air into this area of the case. It works, by the way, now. My temperatures have dropped dramatically now that I put a second set of fans on, right? And then I put bigger fans up here, too. I put a set of 140s. The 2 140s can go up here, and then there's a 120 on the back, which this is the only exhaust fan on the case, by the way. Only 1 fan blows out on the case, and all the other fans blow in. There's basically... And it sounds stupid saying that, but like I said, all the gaps in the case force air out, right? Which keeps the dust out of the case, right? If you're blowing air out of every possible crack in the case, no dust gets in the case because all the air comes in through the filtered portions, right? That's how you keep it like from getting dusty as easily, right? I still wouldn't recommend making a PC case like this anyway. If you're building a PC, don't use this case. This is a case for people who just want to show off. There's the video on it. Look. 4 panels of tempered glass. You don't need it. Like you can see, like it's showing it exploding there, like how you take all the, you know, the pieces off it. Yeah, let me block that. 6 case fans. Direct airflow path keeps your CPU. No bullshit. The one thing that is nice on this is this whole front rail comes out, by the way, and detaches, right? So you see the way these fans are mounted to something? It actually, this whole thing lifts out. It's not part of the case. It's screwed in with thumb screws. Same with the top ones. They lift out on a sheet. So these are the only nice things. But yeah, you can see this thing is not easy to work with. By the way, they've got it turned on with no computer in, with the lights on. I'm not even sure how. There's no PSU in there either. This is... How are these lights on? This is where the power supply goes, Mark. Here, see this? There's no power in here. There's no power supply unit. These fans shouldn't be on. Where's the exploder? It explodes the case, showing you that, look here, see all the glass panels come off? But these are GPU, these are renders, right? Because you cannot power the case, right? Without it. Let's see if anyone...
Hey everyone, Chris with Coalition Gaming here, and also Satchel.
What's up? I was getting double audio for a while too.
They're gonna build in a 50 Corsair X5 50 here, right? Let's have a look. What are they putting in? I don't really care. There's some Vengeance RAM, same sort of stuff I've got. This is only this is DDR4 though. This is old, right? By the way, you get a bigger sense of how big this case is now. Like this big guy standing next to it, right? Biggish guy. Like you get an idea of just how big this is. It looks tiny in the cases, but now you're getting an idea of it next to all the box components for it too. Like this thing's not that small. Like the PlayStation goes in here, I promise, right? If I take the GPU out, I can put the PlayStation in that case, right? You know, in the volume of it, right? You get an idea because like the motherboard and everything has to go in the the base tray. You'll see like when you're building these things, they haven't got very good viewing angles here, by the way, of them putting stuff in. This camera's really shit. This camera looks really terrible, right? You get an idea of all the wiring you have to do for a PC and everything when you have this many fans and everything, by the way. This is why I won't build PCs for other people usually, right? Because this is how much stuff can go wrong. He's double stacked the fans, by the way, like I have. But like this is basically a wiring nightmare if you didn't know, like these cases. Just in general, there's so many wires in here that it's very easy to make a mistake and blow something up as well. It's why people don't like building computers themselves and get somebody else to do it. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you can break some very expensive components very quickly, right? Imagine, putting in a 5090 and then wiring something else wrong and then it catches fire. It does happen, right? Like, people say making a computer is easy. Yeah, making a basic computer is easy. Making a computer with the complexity of like these are double stacked, by the way, look. They've done the same thing I've done with the thing. This is a double stacked radiator. Look, you can see the fans here and the fans here. There are 6 fans on this radiator. This is the same sort of radiator I have, a Corsair Titan type of radiator too. This is the older model though. Mine has a modular thing that comes off. These GPUs are tiny. My 5090 comes to just about here, right? See these second row of fans? My 5090 just about clears it, right? And this takes up 2 slots. The 5090 takes up 3.5, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then the half of this slot, right, is the 5090 coming down here, right? This second GPU would not fit, right? My capture card barely fits, right? What the fuck? I don't want to see you eating pizza. All right, here's another idea of the mess, by the way, you get when you're... Look at this, by the way. Just to give you an idea of what you have to deal with when you build a computer, like a high-end PC of this complexity. I want you to just look at these wires for a second, right? And all the wires coming off the power supply too. None of these are set yet or set up. These are all, by the way, all the wires you're seeing on the left, these are the fan wires. So you know those 9 fans that are in this PC? What you're seeing is all the RGB cable and the PWM cable coming off from each of them, right? You can see the fan control header there with nothing plugged in, right, on the back, which is this here, right? And you can see some of it is cable managed in the channel. This is a channel for this PC, by the way. You hide all the wires in this channel, right? And then you bolt a metal piece and thumb screw it on here to hide it all, because this is glass and you can see this entire backside, right? So you don't want all these wires because you can see them all on this case, right? Because they're glass, right? This is an entirely transparent area. This is not like a normal PC case where you can, put the back panel on and have a rat's nest back there. You can't. If you want the PC to look at this. This is ridiculous. This is why I don't build PCs for other people, Mark. Take a look. I want you to just look at these wires. Just understand. Look at the wires. Look at the wiring that's going on here. And this is not including all the power wiring, too, that you have to do to the case, right? This thing is like an electrician's nightmare. Look at this shit. Oh, my God. Oh, you saw the... By the way, that was the filter on the top I was talking about, right? Remember I said there was a filtered intake on the top, too? You didn't get... Like, you don't really see it on the other shots? There it is. Oh, fuck. Look, see the honeycomb structure? Yeah. Look, there's the filter on the top. It just lifts off magnetically. The thing screws into these, you know, posts. The glass panel floats on top of it. But this is the filter on this is why this is an intake, right? Because this is filtered, right? As well. So you pull air in through here and you pull air in through the front on this case. People don't know that and usually build it wrong, right? This is an intake. But the filter's not on the front, by the way. They don't have it on at the moment because they're messing with the fans. So you can just see the bare fans. When they magnetically stick the front on, you'll see the honeycomb structure. Oh, by the way, there's more on the bottom too. Oh, that was the top actually. But there's another filter on the bottom too where the power supply fan is. Uh-oh. Oh, look at this. This is the fancy glass case. Look at this, Mark. This is why you make it a glass case, because it's fancy in glass, right? Everything lights up in this thing, and it lights up. Yeah, but Mark, you know this here that you're showing, right? You know the way the base PS5, the shadows are garbage, right? And then, by the way, that's PC. Mark, that's PC. That's gonna make the Pro look shit too. You realize that, right? With ray regeneration turned on. This is an unfair comparison. This is probably a 5090 PC. Mark, these are expensive as hell. These cases. This computer costs. Do you understand how much money this PC costs? That I use. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't look as good as PC. You have to admit the PC has more detail in the shadows, like a lot more, with and looks less like fuzzy in motion. Mark, to build a PC, like for example of this, right? The reason why I've gone so overboard on the cooling too, right, is because what you have to understand is, right, if I don't cool the 5090, the 5090 will melt itself, right? So, when you're building a high-performance PC, these fans aren't just for show. I don't just have 6 fans in the front of the machine because it looks cool. It does look cool, by the way. Right? I have them there because they're necessary. Right? I need to pull as much fresh air as I can through the front of that case to cool that fucking 600-watt monster in the bottom of the case. Right? If I do not do that, that power cable will catch fire and melt. Right? It's not an if or but. If there's not enough air coming through here, by the way, the glass case on the side of this gets very hot. Right? And right, you know the side panel where the 5090 is, where the air is causing friction on it, right? Gets uncomfortably hot to the point you can't keep your hand on the side of this case, by the way. This is why I don't like this case that much, right? It will burn you, right? This panel down here, right here where the 5090 is, where all this air is running straight out of all these gaps causing friction, right? When these fans fire up to full speed, remember, all the air is going out there at full speed, right? All this glass panel is heating up. I'm surprised this glass panel hasn't melted. That's how hot it gets. It's tempered glass, so it won't melt, but still, right? But this thing's not small. It's not small, it's not cute, but it does look pretty, right? Mine's prettier than this thing, right? Mine has even more lights in it. Mine's more full because the 5090 takes up this entire space and lights up, by the way, as well. The 5090 has a big light up thing on the side of it too, right? So this entire area isn't dark on my PC, and the fans on the backside have lights too, so this entire area is lit up on my PC too, right? I think it's cool, like the Corsair lights as well lighting up on the bottom. But yeah, you get the idea. This is... I have 4 sticks of RAM in mine too, but 2 of them are dummy sticks. Just because I wanted it to look even. instead of just having the space between them. Yeah, this is not a very fancy build, by the way. They've made, like, it's fancier, but it's not like they haven't put a 5090 in an X560, you know, crystal set, you know, case, right? Is there peels on this? Oh no. Oh no, he's taking the peels off the glass. By the way, there's so much glass on this case that there's a peel. I remember this. There's a peel here, there's a peel there, there's a peel up there, and there's a peel on the side. We'll fucking peel everything off this case. You know, the protectors. This is more like the fan types I have in my case, by the way. The light loop ones, the LX ones, with the light around the outside too. Mine's not white though. This is a white case. He's vertically mounted the GPU too. I could not do this with the 5090. It would not fit. I'm gonna be blunt. I didn't know there was a vertical mounting kit for this. Also, if I vertically mounted it, I couldn't put the capture card in here. It wouldn't go. You could not have the capture card. It's pretty cool though, vertically mounted. If I could vertically mount my 5090, it'd look a lot better than this, because my entire base of my 5090 is lit up, right? I don't think it would fit there though. I think it's too wide. I think it will literally be at the glass panel. I just didn't know you could vertically mount in the crystal case. That's mine is a palette Game Rock like this. This is a 3090, but this is kind of what my GPU looks like. Not like, see this weird design on the GPU? This is what's on the base of my 5090. Can't see it because it's face down, but it has this weird crystal light up shit. Like this. Best RGB case. 8 years ago. This temper 9 years ago. It's an old case. I've been using this case a while to build PCs. Like, I upgrade my PC, so... Oh, he's really tearing it down here. This is cool. He's got it completely torn down, look. You get an idea of, like, the frame. Look at the magnetic filters that come off. So they just lift off. Look, he's going to lift it off, yeah. That just lifts off. You can clean that separately. Put it back on. Easy maintenance on the PC. Don't have to worry about dust getting into it. And the same on the top. This just lifts off. Easy peasy, look. And there's one on the bottom too for the... I didn't mention this, but the power supply has a filter on the bottom too for the fan on the power supply that pulls air in too. There's a filter back here, look. Just lifts off and clean it. So there's a grill up here for ejecting air through the bottom of the case too. You shouldn't put a 5090 in this case. Personal experience, don't do it. You need more fans than hell to make it cool, and when you do, the glass gets very hot. Right? These cases were never designed with a 5090 in mind. You can see this is just a fucking this is like a 1.5 slot card in here and all the space. Like, my capture card barely fits in this last slot down here under the 5090, hiding. You can't even see my capture card, by the way. It's tiny, hiding under the bottom. It's basically like just not, you can't see it. It's not there, right? It's there, but you know what I mean. It is a cool looking case though, don't you think? Like the glass look is like, even though this is an older case, right? It's still, when it's fully kitted out with a fucking beast of a PC in it, this thing looks really nice. You can get a mirrored one too, by the way, like a mirrored black one, which is like it's mirrored until you turn it on, and then you can see the lights. So it's like completely opaque until you turn it on. I don't have the mirrored one, but it's still a nice case, right? I just wouldn't build in this case now. If I was gonna get a new case, I'd probably do like let's have a look. Computer hardware, components, cases. Let's do tower PC cases. Just click there, right? And I'm just going to filter them to Corsair, probably, if I can find it for now. To show their newer cases, but I'd probably use like a Lian Li case or something these days, right? There's 46 PC cases here, by the way. And the easiest way to find the biggest one is to go from high to low in price. These cases, like the 5,000, like if I wanted to build something, I'd probably get something like this these days, something ridiculous. Like the 9000D. It's like a 400 or 500 pound case, but this thing is my case would fit inside this case. Let's just put it that way, right? You can't tell how big these are. This is much bigger than my case, right? It's not even close. This thing is truly massive, right? You can tell kind of the segmented here. You can see the segmentation for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 120 milliliter fans, right? This is like 2 fans higher than my case, right? That's the only way I can like break it down. But if I was going to build in some sort of reasonable case, it would probably be like a frame case. And if you wanted the glass look, maybe like the Obsidian one. This is very similar, but a more modern take on the case I have. Like a glass, you know, the same. I'll be honest, don't get a glass PC case if you don't like. The fingerprints are wild, right? Don't get glass on 4 sides of your case. Just get a fucking airflow case. Like a, honestly, like a, when I rebuilt my other PC up and got rid of it, right? I put it in a 4000D, not a 3000D. Is there a 4000D airflow here? Frame? This? Yeah, I put it in this, right? This is more than adequate. This has got much more modern features. About the same size as my case too. Doesn't have a glass front. It has a mesh front, right, with a filter. It has a solid back panel. It's glass, obviously, on this side, right? This is glass, right? This is not glass. This is mesh. These are magnetic, right? You can't get a better view of it. You can put a fucking screen in it if you wanted to on this side, by the way. If you really wanted to. There's space for a screen there. They don't sell it with the screen, but you put a screen there. I'd get something like this. It's like... Oh, this is the LCD screen one that I've clicked on. It has different models. This has the screen with it for 300. I'd get something like this if I was going to do it these days, right? This is an airflow case, right? So it's absolutely going to cool it. It's got that massive screen on the side, which is cool too. This here. And the glass panel. This is the basic one here without the, you know, the screen. I'd probably get the screen one. The screen one's cool. It's 300 pounds, but still, right? It's made out of aluminium too, so it's fucking solid. It's not like it's made out of plastic. This is all metal, right? But this is what I get. I get something like this. This has all the modern features and proper channels and everything. It doesn't have the stupid glass panels everywhere. It just has one, right? And airflow means that it's going to get enough cooling without having to put 6 fans in the front of it, right? You can just have 3 because it's an airflow case, right? It also fits the big radiator at the top. Mine does not, right? You can fit the 3-fan radiator up here on this case. Mine does not fit. I have to have my radiator here because it doesn't fit in the top of my case. It only has a mount for 2 140s or 2 120 milliliter fans instead of 3 120s for the big, you know, cooler. That's a big mouthful. Yeah, see, this can fit the 3. See, this can fit the triple fans. It also has fan space at the back here too, right? Something else I didn't mention. This case is bigger than mine technically. This comes out, this black thing here, right? This is just a cover. You can put 3 more fans here, 3 fans here, right? And then it can have 3 fans up here and 3. This just has more space in this case, right? I would get one of these if I was gonna, you know, get a new case. I don't need a new case, but this is what I'd do. I get something like this, right? Look at the fucking fans. Fan. There'll be another fan here. Dual 360 milliliter, yeah. And then it has the LCD. This is cool. This is a touchscreen as well. This is for the type of, if you have your PC, you know, on your desk next to you, it can have a touch panel on the side here. This is a full screen, like a PC screen. They just have a widget on it displaying stuff, so you could have a web browser up on this on your touchscreen on your fucking side of your computer. And because it's Corsair, you can put the Stream Deck functions on it or anything, right? It's kind of funny. Well, there you go. It's got all the cooling for what can go where in the PC case. This is truly more modern than my case, right? When it comes to fans and compatibility and everything. It can even have fans on the bottom down here. By the looks of it, 120mm fans. It can have. It looks like at least 2 can fit there. Yeah. This is a much more modern version, basically. My computer, my case is like 8 or 9 years old. But it's such an expensive and fancy case that I just didn't replace it. My case originally cost like £400, probably. A long time ago, by the way. This thing looks fucking crazy. With the fucking screen on the side of it. That's such shit quality, holy crap. This looks so crazy with the screen on the side. You go build yourself a PC with one of those, Mark. Have fun. Get wiring. Look at that. With the fucking... This is cool. What's going on with the fronts? I just noticed this. By the way, there's a replaceable. This is the like you can get design things that you can click on. So these are changeable, outable as well. Of course, they sell different ones, like this front. You can get like a wood finish and everything, or just to keep the metal. Did they show a wood one there at all? They show different ones flashing in. They have like a, like a wood, dark wood one and everything to match like furniture and stuff. Look, there's a silver one. There's that weird design one I'm talking about. They have different designs anyway. This is a much better case. Like design-wise. It's bigger too. It is actually bigger. Ridiculous case. Go build one, Mark. Have fun. See you later. They're easy. Go build a computer. It's simple. No, what can possibly go wrong, Mark? What could possibly blow up? It's not like they can catch fire or anything or start electrical fucking problems. If you do it wrong. Just bear in mind how much power is going through this PC. This PC is 1,000 watts, right? So yeah, you could do some real damage with 1,000 watts to your electrics if you do it wrong. Don't do it wrong is the answer. I don't know what to do, honestly, because fuck knows. I could do this, I guess. This is what I'm talking about doing, by the way. Is what you do. I don't want to customize it. Where's the invasion button? Is this it? You just go into the invasion with your death marks, right? And I have no intent. Oh. I need a grenade launcher. Like a mountaintop or something. I need a fucking micro missile GL, right? And the reason why I need one is I'm just going to shoot the floor, right? Check what this has. Don't want sticky grenades, spike grenades, please. We're going to put on... We're not going to put on bipod, actually. Right, and what you do is you don't try and finish this. You don't give a shit, right? You don't care, right? If there's an edge, I'm just going to jump off it, by the way, it's quicker. You don't even try, right? You literally just blow yourself up and get out and get to the next game, because at the end it gives you rewards regardless of what you're doing, right? So what you're trying to do is get the the red blade from the chest. You don't have it, right? So what you want to do... The problem is this isn't this quick as well. This is the quick way of doing it. It's not that quick, right? Because nobody's fucking playing the game, so it's taking forever. Jesus Christ. I have to wait for everyone else, don't I, to be loading into their fucking instance?
Good. You're
I can't kill myself. Oh, I can't do it.
I need your specialized skill
So the reason I
set.
brought this, right, and I want
Is it going
fast
to be
reload on it
hunter?
too. So. The reason I brought this, right, is because I'm just going to literally point it at the floor and kill myself. So it's going to take like 3 of them to kill me, probably. Yeah, actually more, because it's Lawless Frontier, isn't it? You have a health bar. Ugh! Is it not going to let me, is it going to make me equip Renegade abilities, really? They're equipped. Piss off. It's a double cross, which means it's like the 1v1 bullshit. Again, I still don't want it. I don't care. Oh my fucking god. Whoever's loading in... Jesus fucking Christ, they're on a laptop or something, I swear to God. Finally. You're not caring. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever. And there's no way to throw myself off a cliff. Just kill me. I want to get out. I don't care. Like, acting like I give a shit. I literally just want out. Okay, you even kill yourself. Look at this. What is this?
Well, I was
Right,
hoping
you just want to get out of these as quick as possible.
But when do I get what I want?
Because the chest is what drops it, right? And you get rewards whether you even try or not, right? It will be quicker to just throw yourself off the map if you get the what's it called version. But this is why you want death marks, by the way, because you can only do this as long as you have death marks. Just doesn't work. Is there a, oh, there is a quicker way of killing myself. I know how. Can I blow myself up with my own abilities? Can I airstrike myself? I want to know if I can airstrike myself now. Remember the invasion, one-on-one, just turns into who can call down their Behemoth and kill the other person 3 times with the Behemoth. Remember how many times I killed other people's Behemoth and they just sat there flapping about trying to kill mine for 10 minutes? When I was actually trying to play the game mode, it's so shit. Like, nobody wants to play this invasion shit. They really don't. If it's another double cross, right? It means nobody's playing this garbage. Because it's just giving 1v1s. Alright. Let's see. Is it another double cross? Because it'll tell you it's a double cross if it is when we load in. It's not showing the players yet. So I don't know. Because it'll either be 3 players if it's a normal one, or 1 player if it's a double cross. See how stupid this is? This is why I was like, you don't want to play this anymore. Just want to fucking... Don't know. You don't want to play this. The invasion shit you don't want to play. It's fine if you go in here and just do the PvE shit, right? Just... The invasion shit can go fuck itself. There is audio for the game, right? Because I turned off the capture from the capture card because I realized it was double audioing. Probably. Double cross? Is it? It's a double cross. God fucking damn it. Can I airstrike myself?
Murdering your own kind.
What's the airstrike?
I see. Your crucible culture followed you all the way from the city. You value
Drop pod.
nothing,
Strafing run, is that it?
not even yourselves. You and Bale deserve one another.
Just want the strafing run, I don't want the other one. I strafe run myself. You really can't. This game sucks dick. I'm gonna blow your thing up if I can. You're really bad. My god, you suck. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? They're over here now. Put that there. Do you know what they're using? The sniper. They still died. Actual brain deads. I got stuck in the ground. The fact they died to a fucking airstrike is fucking hilarious to me, just in general. Goodbye. Stupid game mode. They brought, you know, the behemoth, and then I just blew it up. The fact that I tried to kill myself first too is fucking funny as hell. Fucking so dumb. Like, it's almost quicker to make me shoot people. It's so stupid. It wouldn't be if it was, because people are really bad. It wouldn't be quicker if it's the full team, right? If there was just an edge I could jump off, you know? Where is it? I'm just gonna bring one of these with me. Such a dumb game mode. But this is how you're supposed to get, you know, the red lightsaber. Is this shit? I just put Nova Bomb on for the hell of it. I'm not gonna get the super and I don't care. What is this? This arc? I'm gonna shoot people. I might as well fucking shoot back. I don't even care what that is. Stupid. The fact I couldn't blow myself up made me mad, okay? So salty about that. Why? Oh my god, you got health, really? And 59 stat? You can get out of here. The fact it didn't let me was fucking ridiculous. Put some range on this, maybe? Oh, this isn't the upgrade one. With the increased damage. Doesn't need fucking keep away. Do you have a better one of these? Probably do. It's probably this one.
No. What do you do with them all? You had about 1 million of them. I didn't delete all of them. Whatever. It's not that big a deal.
Don't use this thing anyway. Except when I shoot people. Okay, health masterwork. Oh no. What happened? Can I just have a team where I can just jump off the map and... No, it's a 1v1 again. It actually is a 1v1 again.
Good luck. Another renegade is waiting to test your draw.
I just get the beam up too, right? You know I'm just gonna throw the airstrikes at him until I get bored. At this point. Wait. It's a double cross, never mind. Are you really that stupid?
Mercy, renegade. Bring me that crest. I will pay you handsomely.
You coming out? Oh, you know, okay. Why? I'm low health, by the way. Throw that out there. Throw some more shit out there. Let's see if they're dumb enough to walk into it. I don't anymore. Mad about it. They're over there. What'd they call in? Oh. Okay. You made me do it. He can hit me, I can't hit him. That's annoying. Can I bring rockets? Alright, I'll just chill over here, I guess. You gonna snipe it? This is so dumb. Stuff. Bye.
No mercy, renegade.
By the way, he had an Izanagi on, trying to fucking Izzy. This guy's a true fucking PvE fucking warrior.
Just come to me.
Oh no, it wasn't Izzy. No, it was. He did have one on. Oh no, it was the heavy sniper. Okay, whatever. Where do you get heavy from? Wait, what? Where the fuck you get heavy from? Now I'm salty he had heavy somehow. Didn't make any difference for him, honestly. He just died a lot. Like it actually forced me to play it because it's quicker than fucking trying to get myself killed. So fucking dumb. I hate this game mode. By the way, there's nobody playing it, so you just end up in 1v1s. Then if you've noticed, right, it's just been invasions. If this one's an invasion too, I'm done after this, okay? If this is just a 1v1, I'm fucking over it already. I just want to jump off a cliff in the, in the 3v3 modes. In the 3v1 mode, so because they'll literally just not care and just leave you to jump off a cliff. You can do it really quickly and get out. Can't even kill yourself properly in this game mode. Actually had to fight people. It's really funny. He didn't call the Behemoth in at all. Got shit on twice. Then called it in. Then I called it in and shit on that. And then he sat there with this heavy sniper hiding. Like, what the fuck? Lose harder continuously. By the way, I was low HP the entire time. Like, one hit would have finished me. I got low from the first fight where he tried to punch me to death and I just shot him and was like, what the fuck are you doing? It's the only reason he got me low is because he punched me 3 times. While I shot him in the head. And then after that he didn't land a shot on me that wasn't on the, you know, the big vehicle. The best one was he was standing in that doorway, he gets shot a bunch in his low health, and then goes back in the doorway. And then I'm sitting there saying, I'll wait till you come out the doorway then. And he comes out and just dies. It's like, you fucking idiot. Don't even try and like, you know I'm just sitting there waiting. Why would you just waste my time and make me come in there? That's what I do. Whoever opens the door, by the way, is at a disadvantage. That's why you shouldn't put doors in PvP stuff, because whoever opens the door, the other person could just sit there and wait for the door to open and kill them. Dumb thing. Is this another 1v1?
Real bounty hunt? Don't snuff out their light.
Oh yeah, I can jump off the map. If I spawned anywhere near a hole. Is this a hole? Yay! It's not even started yet, has it? Fuck you, game. I hate everything. Does this even count if you throw yourself off? Oh, cool, it does. Out of here. I think they're looking for me because they want to do their bounties. I just don't care and I'm off. They're gonna get nothing. Alright, we're out.
It happens to the best of us. Get him next time.
Still get a chest. This is the dumbest shit on the planet. Did I have things I can put in this? No. It only comes from the chest, by the way, the fucking thing. Shows up as... There we go, we got it. Never mind, we're done. Okay. And that's how you do that. Okay? See, it wasn't lying, not bullshitting. Just tell you how you get it. Look, there's the red one. See what I mean? To be fair, I'd played a lot of Invasion on your account to begin with, so the chances of it like not dropping were fairly low anyway. The only thing we have to do PvE-wise now is we have to do Venus and contracts at some point, Mark, okay? So, the contract one, which this is the PvE side, which I don't really mind that much, right? And then Lawless Frontier jobs on Venus, right? So we have to just sit on Venus completing runs with contracts, right? And we'll try and get these two at some point, okay? And then that's all the crystals from the game you have that you don't have to buy from Eververse, right? Just those two you need now, because you already have the taken one from the dungeon. You already have the other two from the other two areas, right? Because there's one for each area. There's one for Venus, one for Mars, and one from whatever the other place is, right?
Is it IO? I can't remember, right? And then there's one for invasions, one that it just gives you. Actually, I think it just gives you 2, doesn't it? Right? So it gives you 2 to begin with. It gives you you get the red one from invasions. There's 1 color for each of the areas. There's 1 for the dungeon, and then there's 3 you can buy from Eververse, I think, right? I can't remember, but like you're missing 2, right? And then you can buy the others if you really care, right? These ones. Right? I don't even know how much they are. If you really want them, you can go buy them. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Because you can't get them any other way, okay? They come from... Where is it? How much are they? I want to know too. Where is it? Is this it? I don't want to buy it. I want to see what's in it. Are they separate, really? Bungie, really? They're 1,000 silver each separately. You didn't put them in a pack. Like, they come with a hilt too, right? For the blade. Which makes them look like Luke's lightsaber or whatever. I'm still pissed about it, okay? This one looks like He-Man's fucking sword. And this is probably like one of the Darth swords or whatever, I don't fucking know. But this one looks like a Cyrus themed, actually. But they come... They're 1,000 each. Isn't that like fucking... How much is 1,000 silver? Not gonna buy it, don't worry. I have to actually pick it. So there are, what? £8.50 per lightsaber? Or... What? You'd need to buy 3,000 silver to get up. So £25 for 3 light. You can fuck off, Bungie. No wonder people fucking hate you. That would be the most efficient way of doing it, is buying the 3,000, but still. Monetization, Star Wars stuff is crazy expensive for what it is. But anyway, if you want to buy the lightsabers, that's where the other ones are. I wouldn't care that much, to be honest. Can you preview it? Can't preview it. Can't even preview the colors. Wait. It says preview, but you can't. That's so shit. Why can I not preview them? Like, I want to know what the fuck this looks like. Doesn't matter, you don't get to see. Bungie, fuck you! We've got everything else for the lightsabers. I think. Yeah, we got all the catalysts, didn't we? We got all the things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just need the 2 hilt colors. The reason I say get them before the next DLC drops is because nobody will be playing the old shit when the next DLC drops. So we want to do this at some point. You know, play the PvE stuff. I don't need the death marks anymore, so that's fine, right? We want to do the contracts and stuff at some point before, you know, June, July or something. I can't remember when the new deal. How long away is it? Where's the? Does it tell you in here? Where is it? 83 days. Okay, so okay. Reminder, do all the shit before 84 days. It's literally going to be, you know, the contracts, the high-level contracts from... I wonder if you can only do priority contracts for that. I wonder if it's only these contracts. I don't know. Whatever it is, I didn't even, by the way, I didn't even lose any. Remember you started with 15 death marks, and because I killed the people, I got sick of it. I still have 15 death marks. I think it's funny that I just got sick of trying to die because they were too crap and just killed them. Those poor guys. That poor guy with the fucking, who called in the fucking thing and then just blew it up, and then I just killed him. So many times. And then he called down his fucking thing and he got by the way, you know the final fight where he got shots on me from under the side? He'd hit me twice with the walker before I'd managed to hit him at all, and I still blew his up. That's how bad his aim was. Mine still had half HP after I killed him. And then regenerated. Oh god. What to do anyway? What are we gonna do tomorrow, Mark? Because I mean, on Forza, I'm down to doing, what's it called? The events. I don't know if you've realized this yet. I've done so much of the races now. I'm up to just doing, you know, the speed traps and everything. That's why I went and got the fast travel, because I'm gonna have to do the speed traps and everything. I'll just warp around doing them. And I got sick of driving everywhere. So I went and got the fast travel, because you didn't have it. And then I went and got the fast travel for free, because you didn't have that either. So I don't know what we're going to do. I have no idea. Oh, you can do XP boards if you want. Do those because you can warp around. I can do those too. It's much easier when you can teleport doing the XP boards, but by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that now. You can just fast travel to where the boards are now and go get them. Then fucking drive halfway across the map for them. Oh, didn't you see me doing some of the fast travel boards that were up on buildings, Mark? I don't know if you saw me doing some of the jumps where I was using the rewind function to line up the jump. So I was jumping and then missing and then rewinding and doing it again. That's how you've got to do them. So you find a ramp. There's always a ramp somewhere around the map, right? You've got to find the ramp on the area where the jump, you know, where the board is, if it's on a rock or something, right? Sometimes it's a terrain ramp, sometimes it's a, you know, like a signposted ramp, right? You find the ramp, you ramp off it, and you line the car up, right? And I was using the fucking really fast car because it's light, right? So it flies really far if you send it, right? So you only have to send it a little bit sometimes to get it to where it's going. And it goes really fast, right? So I was lining it up, and when I missed, I was rewinding and adjusting the brakes and everything, and the, you know, the lineup. Eventually, I was hitting the ones because there was like 2 or 3 on top of buildings I had to get, and on top of rocks, for the fast travel boards, which was a pain in the ass. There's quite a few 5,000 ones on top of buildings too, 3 XP boards. If you wanted to do those, you'll get a trophy for doing them, just a random trophy for doing all 250, I think. You're not getting the platinum in Forza. You can try. You ain't doing it. I'll tell you why, because it has multiplayer fucking trophies where you have to win the eliminator and bullshit like that, and I just can't be arsed. But you can definitely try. You want to hit XP boards? That's fine. I was gonna just do the other shit too. You know, the stars on the fucking, you know, the speed traps and everything as well. So I was gonna upgrade that car to make it do like 350 miles per hour and just fly through the fucking speed traps, which would have been funny. But yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, I think. It was ridiculous though. But yeah, you have to line the jumps up. You have to find the jump in the environment first, which takes a bit of time sometimes. You'll notice one of the jumps I was looking for ages for the jump, and it was all the way off the rock cliff behind the fucking building, so I had to jump off the big cliff and land it. It was a fucking ridiculous jump. And then I found a ramp up there too, and I was like, oh, this is where you're supposed to go? Can't play Crimson on Thursday, because it's not out till 10 PM. That is not my fault, by the way. That is their fault, right? God, what else? Is there anything else on the store that's coming out soon? I'm just curious. Let's have a look. Browse. Top sellers. Not my fault. What's selling top seller globally on Steam at the moment? Let's have a look. Marathon's down here, by the way. It's still below Resident Evil Requiem. This is revenue, by the way. Death Stranding 2 came in at number 10. Pre-orders. Marathon's down here. Slay the Spire 2. Crimson Desert, both up here, by the way, on Steam pre-orders. Helldivers 2, by the way, up here as well. These are paid games, by the way, that I'm mentioning. The free-to-play games I ignore. By the way, the free-to-play games on revenue, it means they're selling skins and things and outselling Marathon, just to point this out. If a game's free and it's on this board for revenue, right, which means money made, it's because it's making money by selling cosmetics, right, like Apex, PUBG, whatever the fuck this is. I don't know what Everwind is, but it's pretty high on the chart. This looks like Destiny 2's fucking Scream, by the way. Death Stranding 2. This looks a lot like Destiny 2's. Resident Evil Requiem's been doing really well still. 10 weeks in the charts. For revenue, by the way, in the top 100. Marathon's only been in 4 weeks and has already dropped below fucking Resident Evil. The Steam Deck's still here, by the way. By the way, the reason the Steam Deck is so low is because they were out of stock, right? They might be still out of stock in the US. So this is usually up here, by the way, when they're in stock by revenue, because Valve sell a lot of these Steam Decks for some reason. I have no idea why. Forza, Street Fighter, Retro Rewind, Video Store Simulator. What the fuck is this? Video Store. Is this a fucking Blockbuster simulator? It fucking is. It's a fucking Blockbusters. Oh my god. What do they make on PC sometimes? Oh. You get these indie games like this that just do retarded shit. It's funny as hell. Monster Hunter Stories 3. This is a Monster Hunter RPG game, apparently. This is new. Not a Monster Hunter game. Don't even get your fucking excited. It's a Monster Hunter game in name only. It's an RPG. It's a story mode game. It's not fucking Monster Hunter. Oh my god, let's go bash some monsters' heads in. Monster Hunter. You make them your friends in that game. Why is there a Thomas the Tank Engine game at number 23 in the charts? Oh god, that looks pretty good. Visually, I mean. If this is gameplay, what the fuck? If that's in-game... What the actual flying fuck? It actually is in-game. The only reason I say it looks good because it looks like the actual, you know, the old Thomas the Tank Engine bullshit, you know, show. Like rendered in a video game though in real time rather than it being like, you know, models. You know, stop motion captured. What the What the fuck is this? Do 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 do. Has it got the music? No, it hasn't. You can't hear it. Oh, it does have the music. Mark, I have to do this to you. You ready? You ready? Can you please tell me you can hear this? Oh my god. Okay, I can see why this is selling now. This is fucking funny. Oh my god. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, you know what? That's not just a cash grab. They've actually taken some care in making that the actual Thomas the Tank Engine, you know, the actual show itself, the old show, if you know what I mean. It's ancient. What else is on sale here? Repo, Battlefield DLC, The Sims 4 is free, This is in the top 100 charts, by the way, on Steam. Some fucking girls are buying all the fucking cosmetics for The Sims 4. Just doesn't mention that. Just to show how huge the sales are for all this stuff up here. This is Dota 2 down here, and this is Warframe down here. And both these games sell a fuck ton in microtransactions, and there are 26 games that made more money than them this week on Steam. Actually wild. And one of them is Grand Theft Auto. And another one is Thomas the Tank Engine. I don't know how this is a video game, by the way. I don't actually understand how this is a video game. Like, I don't know what it is. But it's making me laugh, so I guess it's funny. No Rest for the Wicked. This is from the people who made No Man's Sky. It's like a dungeon crawler, procedural generated game. Wonder if that's any good. Forza Horizon 6 is down here on pre-orders. Remember, this is on Game Pass, so a lot of people won't be buying this on Steam anyway. On, you know, on PC, you can get this on Game Pass. Like, I can get this on Game Pass for free. Like Forza 6. You can play Forza 7 for free too right now. Oh, I have to type in Horizon, don't I? Right. It's free on Game Pass. Coming soon to Game Pass, it's free. Pre-install? What? 62 days and it's got a pre-install up? It's launching with 550 cars. Forza Horizon 5 has 900 cars, so that'll go up pretty steeply as the game continues. 2 months. When's the PlayStation release date for this then? Just curious. Hang on. Set to launch on Xbox and PC on May the 19th, 2026. Yeah, that sounds about right. Early access on May... So you can play it on May the 15th, by the way, on PC, right? And PlayStation. You have to pay a little bit more, but you get 4 days early, right? Cross-save and cross-play. A few months to play after, by the way. PS5 players will need to wait a few months after the Xbox and PC launch to play Forza 6. The exact date is not yet confirmed. Expect the PS5 release in the latter half of 2026. Really? 2 or 3 months after. So, for you, Forza Horizon is 5 or 6 months away on PlayStation. Have fun. That's great, isn't it? What else is here? Nier Automata, Big Ambition. You get some really weird PC games that you don't see on console. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, you know that video game? This is the video shop game up there and stuff, right? Or Unamuse, oh my god, the fucking horse racing girl game. You've seen this, right? This might be on console now, but it wasn't originally. It's a fucking gacha game with girl horses. You've seen this, probably. Fucking ridiculousness of this. You know what's coming soon, actually? It's on this list. Starfield is coming to PlayStation very soon, by the way. This is due a launch. There's been whispering about this. They're gonna drop this soon, I think. There's a big DLC coming for it. It's probably gonna drop alongside the DLC on PlayStation. Has it been announced yet, the release date? I don't know. Has it been announced? Then I know it's coming very soon. Yeah, there's a new DLC coming. It's probably going to drop on PS5 the same day the DLC does. Yeah, April the 7th. This is 100% when it's coming. That's pretty soon, right? It's not that soon, but it's pretty soon. Hopefully the DLC makes it a lot better, because it's not that great to begin with. Need for Speed is in here, by the way, right, on PC. You know why Need for Speed is in the top 100? It's $2.99. 95% off. This is why Steam is actually really good. You know, when old games go on sale, they really go on sale on Steam. Do I own this? I might own this. I own a lot of Need for Speed games. What is Need for Speed Heat? Which one is this? I don't even know which one this is. This isn't the one with the funny squiggles, is it? Or is it? No, it's not. Remember when there's one that does the funny colored squiggles? And I think that was Unbound. So what's Heat? Is Heat a newer one than Unbound? I don't even fucking know. Where's the date for it? No, 2019. Unbound was 2022. This is older. Never mind. Okay. It's an older... There's so many Need for Speed games, Mark. There's a collection for all of them on PC, I think. Although it was. I have a lot of these. I know I have a lot of these games. Oh, I have to close Destiny. Fuck Destiny. We're done anyway. I even got you the fucking lightsaber. Wait. What were you saying there? I just want to get out of there and go there. Okay. We're done with Destiny for today. Okay. I want to see, because I own a lot of Need for Speed games. I really do. I own Heat, yeah. Heat, Pursuit Remastered, the Most Wanted Remaster, which is terrible. Payback, Rivals, and Unbound. I own a lot of them. Oh, and I own Need for Speed, whatever that is, Deluxe Edition. Fucking waste of space. Are there any I don't own that are on sale? No, I'm pretty sure I own all of them. Maybe. Not the DLCs, I don't care. I don't own Burnout Paradise, but I also don't care. You know what Burnout Paradise is, right? It's like Forza Horizon for Need for Speed. Pretty much. You know that, right? Just an open world driving game. If you've never heard of Burnout Paradise. I'm pretty sure that's on PlayStation. It's old, by the way. From 2018. It's basically Burnout / Need for Speed in an open world game. You know, all the crashing and all that shit you do in Burnout. Takedown! Did I just see... Wait. Did I just see the ectoplasm or something? The Ghostbusters car in that? I swear I did. I swear I saw the Ecto one. Was it not? Okay, my eyes were playing tricks on me. I swear, it's just Burnout, basically. It's an older game, but this is the sort of game you would have liked back then. Probably, like an open world Need for Speed type game. Funny thing is how cheap it is these days, like £4. Burnout Paradise, £4. I think it's £4. £4.49. Oh no! Break the bank. What else is down here? I own most of these fucking Need for Speed games. Oh, I don't... There's a Need for Speed game I don't own, look! It's Need for Speed Shift 2 Unleashed. And you can't buy it anyway. Wait, you can't buy it. Is this new? No. You actually, it's been delisted and you can't buy it. Look. There's no buy option. So I can't even own that one anyway. If you already owned it, you would have it, but you can't buy it new. That's so ass cheeks. All my Monster Hunter collection. You remember Monster Hunter Rise? This is the Monster Hunter game you didn't get on PlayStation. And the only one that was actually 60 FPS and didn't look like, well, it looked like ass either way. Don't buy this, by the way, whatever you do. I don't want to deal with trophies in Monster Hunter again. And don't even think about it. You're not getting the Monster Hunter World trophies either. Ain't no way. There is a new one coming out, and I hate you that you know that it's not a new one, by the way. It's gonna be the expansion for what's it called that's coming. Do you know Monster Hunter Wilds? It's gonna be its G rank. So it will be an expansion for its G rank that's coming. You don't know what G rank is. It means Master Mode is coming, and it basically adds a whole new platinum when it comes as well, though. It does actually add a platinum. Because Iceborne added a platinum to Monster Hunter World. There's 2 platinums for Monster Hunter World. There's the base game platinum and the Iceborne platinum, which is G rank. And no, I hate you entirely, because it'll be the same shit. Don't do it. Where is Monster Hunter Wild? Monster Hunter Wilds must be up here. There it is. I have, by the way, I have the thing on this. I did it on mine too on Steam. Look, I have the basically the platinum on Steam as well for Wilds. Because why wouldn't I? Because I was basically searching for all your monsters anyway, so... Fuck off. But yeah, I have the platinum for Monster Hunter Wilds on Steam. You can see. Some of them are very rare on Steam. Global achievements, this is not working. But it's 10% basically of all players for obtained all others. It's a 10% trophy. Why is Marathon need an update? This is me not caring. Oh, Cryo Archive's been released. Good for it. I should do the platinums for some of my other games, but I just haven't bothered. I got Elden Ring's platinum because I was practicing some of the stuff for some of the stuff I had to do on yours, and my save was already basically nearly platinumed anyway, right? If you remember, my save had like 90% of the trophies before you even started Elden Ring. Because I had played Elden Ring before, right? In fact, if we go down right here, it might tell you when some of my trophies were acquired. Possibly. Let me see. Here, it'll be in here, right? 2022. You can see a lot of these trophies down here are from 2022. It's like fucking 4 years ago. That's how far behind on Elden Ring you were, fucker. I need to do you know what I need to do? I need to do my own Dark Souls trophies, just to show off. Because I can. I've got Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. I need to do the trophies for these. These are going to take me forever, though. And, just to annoy you further, Night Rain, I'm actually fairly far on the trophies. On PC, because players aren't shit on PC. Whereas the players on fucking console couldn't kill half the shit. I only need a few trophies for Night Rain's platinum, for Elden Ring. I don't need that many. It's like 6 here and 3 here. I need like 9 trophies. Some of them are just use the fucking dresser and find the secrets. This is all achievements, so there's 8 trophies actually. What are the other ones? Oh, that one's nasty. Okay. That one's not too great either. That's just complete this. Okay, so these 2 are the bad ones. One of them is to complete 3 bosses in a row without failing. you know, 3 raids. So, and that's hard, by the way. And then the other one is complete the Night Lords on every character, all of them on every character, which is kind of hard. That's not great, because I don't play all the characters at the moment, or never did. I just played with the fucking bow guy and killed things, which sucks. So, you excited for Forza Horizon 6 to never come to PlayStation for months on end? Meanwhile, I get to play it 4 days early on PC. It's out in less than 60 days, because it'll be out in 58 days. Get fucked, Mark. Alright, it's probably time to go soon anyway, I think. I think we've dealt with enough Destiny stuff for tonight. You happy with your Destiny garbage? You got the stupid lightsaber color too. It didn't take me that long, actually. I thought it was going to take longer. I just did that because I'd finished some of the bounties quicker anyway. I was just looking for something to do. Now you don't have to save up all those Deathmark tokens now too. Don't even have to care. So that's good. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, but you always like collecting all the crap, so you're gonna want the other 2 lightsaber colors anyway, probably. I would just get them if you want to have them, right? Because getting them later on will be harder, right? That's the only reason I go get them. Wow, Switch 2 just got a massive update to playing Switch 1 games. They actually did something good for once. So you know the way in Switch 1 games, when you ran them on the Switch 2, they ran in handheld mode on the Switch 1 and they look terrible. Well, there's gonna be an update for D2 eventually in like 80 days. You know what the worst part is, right? Forza Horizon 6 comes out before the next update for Destiny 2. Just let that sink in. 20 days before it. Mark. We're gonna have Forza Horizon 6 20 days before the next Destiny 2 update hits. And it's 60 days away. That's fucking... that's bleak. That's fucking bleak. Oh, that's rough. Don't tell me that's not... It's 80 days, we'll see what they bring, right? If they don't bring enough content, they're done. Alright, anyway, I'm done for now. It is bedtime, I think. We will deal with more Forza signs tomorrow. I'm going to leave all the ones on top of rocks just for you, Mark, and do all the other ones. It'll be great. There'll be like 5 rock ones left up on bridges and everything that you have to go get. It'll be amazing. Hey, at least you like raids though, so there's that, right? I get to call Indian people dumb again, assuming they haven't all quit. Oh god, you are racist! Yes, I am! Get the fuck out of my raid! Alright, anyway. Scamming shitbags. Go back to your day job, phoning old ladies and scamming them for money. Fucking Indians. Oh. We do need a D3. We will see what happens with Destiny. They could revive Destiny. I really hope Marathon takes a massive plunge and they have to just revive Destiny, otherwise they go under, right? Because Marathon's not doing too hot now. It just needs to do just a little bit worse, and a bunch of layoffs are going to be coming in, and they'll realize it. And they'll start actually putting some effort in again, otherwise they're going to get fired. Right, anyway. Okay, back tomorrow. More Forza smashing. Horizon goodness. Like I said, I'm going to leave every sign that's on a rock just for you, Mark, so you have to fucking line up the jumps. It's going to be great. Back tomorrow.